Yeah, so after that happens, what ends up happening is what you were talking about, that corporatization, right? Of like, okay, we know what works. Let's just there's no need to discover anything.
There's no revolution, there's no reinvention. It's just like, okay, so
it's like Nintendo is corporate silly, PS5 is like corporate orchestra. And then Xbox is corporate nothing, because literally their marketing right now is like, I don't know, dog, like everything's an Xbox. Who gives a shit?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, is the bathroom thing real?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
I hate it because it's kind of like now it is one of those jokes that the Melty Blood community has kind of gotten tired of.
That's all I ever hear.
As someone, but the first Melty Blood tournament I competed in was final round in 2011 or 12.
I might have been there.
Yeah. Final round 2011 or 2012. And when we were out in the lobby, there were Melty Blood players, and we were sitting on the floor with the laptops practicing. That was happening. It's true.
I think more commonly, it's probably just like after events, just like, yo, come to my room and let's play. Like,
yeah. The thing about it is that the reason that stereotype even popped up is because Melty Blood kind of runs on anything. You can have like a very low spec laptop and you can probably run Melty Blood, and it's easy to pirate too.
I don't know anyone who's ever bought a legitimate copy.
Yes, yeah. So the truth to the joke is that the game is so easily accessible that people just kind of play it on anything, and that which kind of like that means they can also just play it anywhere.
That's the context of the joke. Right.
Yes, that's kind of the context. It's like
almost like a challenge.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But everyone's takeaway is like, oh, it's the game you play in the bathroom. Like that really is kind of annoying, because it's kind of like how even I was getting tired of like the sweaty, stinky Melee player shit. Because I'm like,
I hate that stereotype for a couple reasons. As someone who's been in both communities, I've said it for years now. You can even look at the tweets. Both communities, the fighting game community and the Smash community, stink. Like all of them. Like there's really, and people trying to gaslight you and say, oh, but the Melee players stink more. No, you're not sitting there measuring like who stinks more. Like stink is stink.
Jiikae, I have a very earnest question for you. Of all the fighting games, who generally smells the best?
Okay. Who smells the best? That's an interesting one. This is going to sound like I'm being biased, okay? But I would say it's like Virtua Fighter players. But there's a reason I'm saying that. It's not because like, oh, I play Virtua Fighter, or the Virtua Fighter players specifically smell better. What I'm saying it for is that Virtua Fighter players are generally like the older, like they're generally older people.
I see.
Yeah,
really
so like the Virtua Fighter community,
got jobs and shit.
yeah. It's kind of like, again, that's another kind of inside the full-time jobs. The why, like, you know, every Virtua Fighter player has a wife. You know, like there's even this little thing. It's called like a in the Virtua Fighter community, it's this terminology called a wife meter, where like if
I need to know right now what
and I might be fucking it up, but basically it's like if you're playing a game for too long, right? You know, there's like a wife meter where like, you know, you only have like a limited time where you can like, you know, play your as a Virtua Fighter player. I might be fucking that up, but
does the meter go up or down? Like
I guess it goes down.
Okay,
you know, like as you play
like a
longer.
stamina bar, but for love.
Yeah, exactly. You know,
so when it's depleted, it's like, all right, time to turn it off.
yeah.
I learned something new today.
Yeah. It's a lot of little inside lore with these different communities, man.
Welcome to Brainlords, Video Games of the Mind, a panel discussion between artists and the art they love. I'm your host, Kyle. I go by Cute Monster Props, and I'm an SFX artist for the video games industry. I work at Vulpin Props, making trophies for major esports tournaments, as well as life-size items, weapons, and characters from your favorite video games. With me, as always, is my co-host, Jorge. Please tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hello, I'm Jorge. I'm part-time co-host and full-time illustrator, graphic designer. I'm currently working with you can tell I'm reading this from a script now. I'm currently working with my friends at Fangamer, making video game merchandise and publishing your favorite indie games. We just launched, the Celeste key caps. Yeah, we did a full key cap set for Celeste, and that's been really exciting to do because it's the first time we've ever done that, and we're hoping if people like it, that it's possible that more will come along the way. So that has been the one thing I can shout out. Man, I'm sorry, a lot of the stuff I'm working on is just not out yet, so I can't plug anything I did.
Just too busy with a maxed out wife meter. I understand.
Okay. But we have a guest today, Kyle.
Yes, with us is a very special guest. The only thing he breaks is beats. His name in Latin means demon of the machines. He streams, but he is not a streamer. He says no kings unless they wear a tiger mask and have some sweet high tops. He's a fusion of jazz and, what's the other thing it's fused with? Jiikae, aka Hey Jiikae, aka Jiikae Remix, aka the master of console mods, aka the musician behind Digital Angel Saga, Frontier Syndrome, and Sunset Revolver, aka Sarah Bryant's bravest soldier.
Oh.
Whoa, that's a sick intro. Let's go. Hey. Okay.
Did I get all that right? I hope I did.
Yeah. Close enough. I was gonna help you out and say jazz and maybe drum and bass or jazz and hip hop. But hey, man, that was good. That was good. You did your research.
Intro. Yeah,
that's right.
I'm glad you're a Sarah Bryant soldier. I too am a Sarah Bryant soldier.
I gotta be honest there. I basically just scrubbed through your streams and I'm like, I know he plays a lot of fighting games. I'm just gonna see hour 1, who's he playing? Is it the same character? Hour 5? Okay, I know that's his main.
Exactly. Yeah. That's how it goes usually. Yeah.
Let's just go down the list. So okay, you play a lot of fighting games and a lot of mech games. Yeah. And a lot of any type of game, Metroid Prime 2, et cetera.
My main fighting game, I would say, is Virtua Fighter. And that's right now. I guess I'll put it like this. My main fighting games are Virtua Fighter and KOF. Those are my mains.
KOF.
So I kind of go back and forth. I haven't played KOF in a while because I'm still... I kind of reached a point in KOF where I was like, okay, I feel like I can call myself high level now. So I kind of, dropped off that for a bit. And now with Virtua Fighter, I don't feel like I'm high level yet. I still feel like very much like an intermediate Virtua Fighter player. So once I reach the point where I feel high level at Virtua Fighter, then I'll probably juggle back and forth a bit more again. But right now, I'm kind of
it's a harder one to pick up too and get really good at, right? Like the skill ceiling's pretty high.
You know what's interesting is that the skill ceiling for Virtua Fighter is pretty high, but the floor is pretty low. Just to feel, just to play and feel like you're doing things, and that's kind of the one misconception with the Virtua Fighter is that it's this very opaque kind of thing, but really it's if you just turn it on and press buttons, you'll be doing some cool stuff. It's really once you get to that, like I said, that intermediate and then that higher level,
once you got to care about frame data,
it starts to get a little bit and it's interesting because the difficulty doesn't come from the things people normally associate with fighting game difficulty, like combos and things like that, or execution, but it more so comes from the fact that the game is so conditioning based.
Yes.
It's very much, it's very much based around, heavily based around conditioning. So there's these mind games and psychological things that go on at high level at a very fast pace. It's rounds end very quickly. And someone can be destroying you, and it won't be because they know more in the intermediate advanced level. It won't necessarily be because they know more frame data or they have better combos or whatever. Is that they're seeing you do something that you don't realize that you're doing.
It's easy to punish.
Yeah, it's like they know something
better
they know something about how you're playing that you don't realize about yourself yet. And that's kind of the thing with Virtua Fighter that I'm trying to like crack right now.
Jorge, have I ever told you about one of my favorite jokes from the cartoon series Craig of the Creek?
No.
There's an episode where Craig's dad busts out like an old game and he just starts schooling Craig at it because it's like, oh, you don't understand how many hours I put in this fighting game. So Craig is training to like beat his dad at this fighting game. And so he goes to the local nerds and they're like, we're going to teach you the most important lesson about fighting games, frame data. And it's like the first lesson they try and teach him too, which is like, okay. Anyways.
That's funny.
Back to you, Jiikae, though. Yeah, I was genuinely impressed about just how diverse your interests and skill sets are. So I'm really happy to have you on here for today's topic, which is... what is the gamer aesthetic? As I ready for the night out, I don my finest gamer clothes, a pair of crisp mustard khaki cargo shorts and a vibrant green shirt adorned with the crest of Hyrule. For a medium with some truly iconic character designs, gaming really struggles to have its physical style match up with the digital. This week on Brainlords, we try to understand what it really means to be a gamer by assessing the conflicting messaging between its marketing, merchandise, and memorabilia. So yeah,
you got me with that.
The gamer.
Khaki shit.
Thank you. Such an easy ass joke. I'm sorry. It's so easy.
It is low hanging fruit, but I feel like it's this weird thing.
But that's what you pick if you want fruit.
Like everyone has seen that one guy or girl.
I had that outfit.
You had. Oh my god.
Listen. I at least caught on early that I should probably start dressing like the people in Tony Hawk, and I like layered the t-shirt with the.
Okay, not me.
No, you know what? Real quick though, before we get into it, you know what's interesting is that like I've always wondered how did everyone universally agree on or come to the conclusion of wearing the Zelda shirt and the cargo short? Like, dude, how? Like, was there a meeting? Like, what? How did?
You know what fucks? No, you know what fucks with me the most is that people describe this to me and I have seen it, and I grew up in Puerto Rico, so this shit like crossed oceans. This shit like made it somehow through osmosis through the fucking Atlantic Ocean into the Caribbean, and it happened there. So when people were saying like making fun of that shit, I was like, wait, what?
How do you guys know about this Puerto Rican fashion statement
too? Like the khakis and the green with like the bright yellow single color screen print Zelda crest. Dear Lord, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
Es de eso en the gamer.
Oh.
That's incredible. I guess it's like the cool S of gaming. No one knows where it came from. It just keeps happening.
The cool S of gaming is crazy.
You have the cool S too, dude. That's another thing that I was like, how is this like crossing boundaries, crossing borders, making it everywhere? Because before the internet, that shit was like, it spread through like
yo, that's a very good point. It was here before the internet, so. This thing spread like a chain letter.
What? I think just there's something about human nature that's like khaki green. Yeah, I'll fuck with that. And then how do you cherry on top that? You put a nice little Hyrule crest on it.
We need to move past it. We need to let it die. It's time to move on. No more. Kyle, what is our first topic?
Yeah. Okay. Let's go into the. We've got a lot to cover tonight. A lot of varying topics that I all think kind of coalesce. They all kind of have a lot to do with each other, but we're covering a lot of ground.
Episode.
So let's just roll straight into it. My first question for y'all: what was the vibe of the retro console generations? So let's talk about like both the like internally what the consoles were trying to say, and also like marketing wise, sort of what we remember them as. Because I think in doing a little bit of research or just reflecting on this episode, I realized that like the console themselves is very different from like the marketing that they put on.
Okay, so you're asking like more about the identity of like retro console and how that became like a marketable or how that became like iconic?
So I guess like if you just bought like a Super Nintendo and you turned it on, like there's very little going on. You know, you might see like the packaging, a little bit of that, but like, you know, the paratext as it were, but like it wouldn't be until you open a magazine that you would get to play it loud. And so like that is a very pushed like US based marketing. I think we'll primarily be talking about like the gamer TM as like through the lens of United States, Puerto Rico, you know, like that side of the country. But
sure.
But yeah, you know, so I mean, why don't we just start like historically here?
I can start a little bit through like my own experience, at least. There was like a time when like around NES and early Super Nintendo where like it had like a serious nature to it, like this is high tech and this is like a tech thing. This is like a computer in your home. But then, like you said, around Play It Loud era, like that hit in the mid 90s, then we start seeing more colorful, more like let's appeal to counterculture, let's appeal to the vibrancy of like what video games ended up becoming. Kind of homing down on like the video game is no longer like a family thing. It's now like a teenager thing. Like and teenagers love nothing more than to be angsty and rebellious.
Because my vibe on it was that like NES is very much, you're right, like technology, but like is technology toy.
It was a home,
and then that's really when they started. And then that's really where it started being marketed to boys specifically. But like, I don't know, I don't see you talking as much on like NES era stuff on your channel specifically. Jiikae, what's your take on this?
Yeah, so the first console my dad bought me was a Sega Genesis. Mm-hmm. So, and at this time, you know, I'm like, how old was I? I guess I was 4. So even when I got the Sega Genesis, I wasn't necessarily hyper conscious of like the marketing surrounding games yet. I didn't get conscious of gaming for real until like PS1. That's when I got conscious of like, gaming. Okay, cool. We're gaming. Mm-hmm. Whereas like Sega Genesis, I was more so just passively, you know, just playing Sonic the Hedgehog over and over again and mashing buttons on Mortal Kombat. I hate that Mortal Kombat was the first fighting game I played, by the way, because I don't like Mortal Kombat. But but
I think it's like it's a lot of people. It's just like the fighting game people had.
Yeah. So I wasn't conscious of gaming for real until PS1 generation. That was.
Did you have an idea of like Mario versus Sonic or anything like that? Like I
did, but I think it was like in like afterwards. Like I was out like retroactively I realized like, okay, Mario Sonic is in the thing. But when it was going on, when it like again during that Sega Genesis era, as I'm assuming that's kind of when that rivalry started, I wasn't keeping up. I wasn't really keeping up with anything yet. You know, it was only after.
I have a question. So, like, you say PS1 was the first console where you were like, you yourself recognize that you are a gamer, that you like these things.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And is there a game that did that for you specifically?
Oh, that's a good question. You know what's crazy? The game that probably did it, and I'm just gonna go with like kind of the gut.
That's perfect.
Yeah, I guess that was the game. Is this game called Thousand Arms? It's like it was an RPG on the PS1. Yeah, that's when I was kind of like, oh, okay, I guess like this is my thing. Or man, now I have a second answer after I said that. So I think it was Thousand
Arms Up because I do like that game.
yeah. It was like that was my first Japanese role playing game. But then I want to say the other game that kind of made me realize it, I guess, was like Pokemon.
Okay,
like Red and Blue. That was like really big back in the day. I'm sure y'all remember that. Yeah. So Pokemon Red and Blue, I think, was the other moment where I was like, oh, okay, gaming. Yeah, we gaming. So yeah. So I guess it's those two games. Yeah, the RPGs. Yeah,
because I feel like that was similar to me. Like at least it happened a little earlier for me in the Super NES era when like I think it was between Link to the Past and I want to say Final Fantasy 2 4 in Japan, like where I was like, oh, this is a thing I like and I want to like spend hours doing this.
Yeah.
And I think about it when I turn the game off. I'm like still thinking about it. Like, there's something about the ambience and the nature of it that, and then after that, yeah, I feel like that is when you start pursuing similar things to that, and you build your own identity. So I guess like to kind of answer the question, I feel like the identity of retro console generations is within us, I guess, more than like it's more of an intrinsic thing than an external thing. But the marketing honed in on was the age group, which I guess was around our age, because you said you had a Genesis at 5 Jiikae, so like I'm assuming PS1 you might have been like 10, like around early.
Yeah, 8, 9.
Yeah.
Because I got Genesis kind of late too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that's interesting to me because like Genesis is where they really started to push. Like Genesis was the one where like they got like more celebrities behind it. They got more counterculture. They got like commercials with like no, you that. Like
you're right.
Yeah,
they were pushing that counterculture, like mainstream game shit, but like not mainstream as in like not family friendly. They wanted to be cool.
Yeah, the mainstream was like we have sports games, but also like we have the cooler games than the Super Nintendo does.
Yeah, we have Sonic. He's like look at him. He's angrier than Mario. he's gonna beat his ass. I don't know. There was like an attitude. There was like an attitude branding to it, though. Yeah.
I mean, you're not wrong though. Even though like the Super Nintendo era marketing was always like, play this game, it'll fucking kill you.
Oh, they picked that up after. Now I'm like thinking, I'm pretty sure Genesis did it first. Like Sega did it first. And then Nintendo had to respond because they had to be like, well, shit, now everyone thinks we're family friendly and kiddie, and we gotta, like, damn it, make Kirby angry. Damn it, make him.
We need to have a commercial where a man eats until he explodes that scars a lot of children, including me.
Was that Kirby's? No, that was Yoshi.
No, it was the Yoshi's Island.
The Yoshi's Island 2 commercial.
I hated that commercial as a child.
It's disgusting. You can't watch it now.
But yeah, I guess it's easy to narrativize it, but like to me, it feels like the NES in that era of like consoles, it feels like it's being marketed as a toy for boys. And then you've got Super Nintendo until N64 and PS1 is where it really started hitting the play it loud. It was like, this is in its adolescence. You know, this is cool, this is hip,
everyone had to one up each other.
This is edgy, this is angry. And then you have this sort of like the sophomore period, this like aging up with the, from kind of like your pre-HD, but like advanced 3D consoles where it's a little bit more like trying to be mature and sort of failing at it. It was, you get a lot of your like the most leering, the most ogling like at women. This is where we had like the most violence of like you got your Mortal Kombat.
Oh yeah, around the start of the PS1 era, yeah, they were like, well, you want blood and tits and shit, like this is what we got it here.
I also want to say around that 6th gen, I guess that's what your GameCube, PS2, Xbox. That's also around when they started to get a little more almost like avant-garde kind of with some things, like with some of the marketing. I remember the
PS2 commercials were like weird and experimental.
Yeah, like very weird, very like mysterious and obscure, you know what I mean? Like scary, and even like I remember Nintendo had, and I've some of my like graphic design is like inspired by this. They had that like "Who Are You" campaign where they would kind of like paste Nintendo character heads on top of like real people or real situations.
I remember that.
And that kind of gave it like almost this like artsy, like, okay, we're like you said, we're more mature, we're more like less childish, I guess, and less angsty, so yeah, it was an interesting time.
No, I'm glad you bring up the "Who Are You" because that is literally targeting identity. Like that's what they're targeting specifically is like, you are a gamer, aren't you? And I've always, I guess, like, I've always had the belief that the subculture of gaming kind of became fully, like, realized full mainstream around the time, like, the Scott Pilgrim movie came out. But maybe it happened sooner than that, I guess, like, is what I'm
When did Scott Pilgrim
now.
come out?
That was
09? 2013, 4.
I was going to say 09. I was going to say 09.
The comic was more around like 08 or 09. And that's kind of like, people were being like exposed to medium that was like referencing video games in a way that like nothing else
2010.
was.
Okay, 2010, yeah.
And then the movie
I just remember I was in high school. That's what. I guess it did. I would say gaming got mainstream, and this is going to be, I had a really crazy take on one stream where people kind of...
let us hear it, please.
People were like, no. But gaming was actually more culturally mainstream in the early 2000s, in my opinion, than it is now. And I think people, and I think people, disagreed with me on this because I think, and when you look at like the literal revenue streams and you look at like the literal amount of people playing games now, like more people are playing video games now, I think, than they were in the 2000s, right? But I think in the 2000s, I'm trying to think of a word. I don't know if it's like proportional or whatever, but this is how I'll put it. And I don't want to ramble on too long about this. But this is how I'll put it basically, is that someone who was playing video games in the 2000s, right? They weren't as specialized as people are now. So back then, right? If someone was a gamer, it wouldn't be like, oh yeah, I'm a JRPG guy, or like, there was no FGC.
It was easier to just be into video games. Period.
Make friends with other people who played games back then.
Yes, exactly. So the same guy playing Halo could also be playing Soul Calibur 2.
Yeah,
or
and you
something,
could get along.
Fine. So that's what I mean by like it was more, and I guess mainstream might not be the word, but it just felt more like there was a monoculture of gaming back then versus now gaming is more like siloed and like everyone's kind of in their like individual like specialties more nowadays. So it doesn't feel like there's like a real gaming culture per se, like there was back then. But that's just,
I get what you're saying completely. I really like that perspective.
And this is, I think that's around the era that we really start to see like really truly like the modern sense of a AAA video game. We see, your mega hits of your GTA 3s, your Halos, but then you've also got like that's post Wii and post DS and things like that. So like you've got gaming that's accessible to a pretty diverse group of people, but you're right. It's still kind of the Nintendo to most people who aren't necessarily into video gaming. It's kind of just seen as like one thing, one object.
Yes. Yeah.
Back then it was. I see it. No, I understand what you're saying. And I remember those days fondly because like I was a JRPG kid and I could talk to the Halo kid because we both probably played Final Fantasy 7. Like
7. Yep. Exactly.
That would have been a thing
this
we did.
The era of like anime. Coming to the mainstream.
And now now you meet people who play like, because I'll go to my barber and I'll be like, I work on like video game merchandise, and he's like, oh dude, I used to play games back then, blah, 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 blah. And he'll go through like all the shooters that I never played and all the sports games I never played, and then finally hit God of War, and it's like, okay, let's talk about God of War. I can tell you guys, I can tell this is like you've played games and during the mid 2000s. I agree with you, Jiikae, because that is like the one commonality I will always find with like a person my age who's played games before, and I'll just wait for them to go to either God of War, Final Fantasy, Pokemon.
No, like we have a cleaning service that comes into my work that like just takes care of like the bathrooms, the front of the shop, and stuff like that. Everything that's not like directly our fault, covered in sanding dust in the back, but it's usually like a mom and her son, and like I'll talk to the kid. This kid, he's like probably like 27 or 28 easily, but I'll talk to him, and he'll see like we're working on something from Elden Ring in the back, and he's like, "Oh man, I like Elden Ring." I'm like,
"See,
we're talking about Elden Ring now."
Yeah,
so
yeah.
But like it's such a like, yeah, you can talk to someone about Elden Ring.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
I bring this up. Jiikae, I know you've got your video on like kind of the generation post that, post your Wii, your DS, PS3, like was very much about like the future.
Yeah,
there was an optimism there.
Yep.
But I feel like in contrast, it's easy to be like, video game consoles now aren't like they used to. But I do think there is something there. I do think there is this sort of like corporatization where everything feels a lot safer, a lot less distinct.
Yeah.
I feel like the marketing is less about an identity between these distinct companies and more just about like appealing to as many people broadly as possible.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to figure out if I'm off base, if it just feels that way because it's easy to be nostalgic about the things you do remember, or if PS5 just is not as like distinctive an identity as like PS1, PS2, PS3.
Okay, so this is very interesting. I like this topic. And this tied, this is still, I didn't think this is where the topic will go based on, when you brought it up to me about, different console generations having different identities. But this is something that I've thought about when it comes to this current generation and this feeling of everything being safe, right? So one thing I like to say for every medium, right, is that every medium eventually, the peak of every medium is right after people kind of know what they're doing. So like so when like, let's say a music genre starts, right? Like that beginning part of the genre is usually the part where people don't know what the heck is going on. They're like, we just playing notes, we just making songs,
just experiment.
Yeah. And then the time that comes right after that, right, where people are like, oh, we figured something out, and now that we figured this out, we're going to make this thing. We're going to make these classic things based off of this information we figured out. Right. So that's when you get like, just comparing it back to games, that's when you start getting like Mario 64, you start getting like Ocarina of Time, you start getting Street Fighter 2, these things that start defining like, okay, this is what video games are going to be. Like, this is what video games are going to be like. So that's that exciting time, right? Where like the foundation is being laid of like what everyone is going to base their work on, like years and years from now,
we don't know it then. Do you think
we don't
like
okay exactly, we don't know it, but that's what's happening. But then right after that gets refined, but then what ends up happening is that like there's nothing else to really like or rather, I won't say there's nothing else. What ends up happening is that people are so hyper aware of like the foundation that's been laid, right? They're so hyper aware of like, this Ocarina of Time, like we got the Z targeting, fighting games, you have motion inputs, like we know everything, right? So
I'm losing my mind I know what you're saying.
Yeah, so after that happens, what ends up happening is what you were talking about, that corporatization, right? Of like, okay, we know what works. Let's just there's no need to discover anything. There's
no revolution. There's no reinvention. It's just like, okay, so we like the third person shooter will always have a dude in the corner with a gun pointed forward. Yeah, because someone figured that out, and it's like, why change?
We figured it out.
I'm genuinely trying to, it will be easier in years time, but genuinely trying to like think of what the major consoles right now are putting out as like their style, their attitude, their like major mission statement. It's like Nintendo is corporate silly and PS5 is like corporate orchestra. And then Xbox is corporate nothing, because literally their marketing right now is like, I don't know, dog, like everything's an Xbox. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, no, exactly. Like everyone. And the other thing too is that I'm and this isn't me putting it on the consumer, but you also can kind of get punished for like not being safe as time goes on, right? Because the same way, like
financial incentive.
Yes, exactly. The same way developers and PlayStation, Nintendo, and Xbox have these blueprints and these foundations based on what they've done in the past. Consumers also, like you said, they have nostalgia and memories of like, okay, this is what worked for me when I was 10. This is what worked for me when I was 18. And if you diverge from that, I will respond how I want to respond. I might like it, I might not, but you're gonna suffer the consequences of like how I feel about that. So it's really tough, man. I don't know if I have a solution, but it's just interesting.
I was gonna ask like what how do you break the mold? Like how does that? Because like I guess what I pick up from what you're saying is that there's no interest in reinventing the wheel anymore, because right now the incentive is to make money, and to make money you just sell people the same thing they've always liked.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
And so like I guess where then like how do we know we're experiencing the new reinvention? Because like we said earlier, you don't know when it happens, you just know after the fact. So like how do you pick up on that now? Like what I had this feel like when I was playing 13 Sentinels years ago, I had that feeling of like, oh yes, oh let's go, we got another one. So yeah, when I first played that game, I'm like, I have never played anything like this before, and I hope more games like this get made. Like I really want more things like this, and now I'm pursuing more things like this. So maybe that is a moment where I realize like the just the steady flow of like having the same thing over and over conditioned me to like just go on alert when I see something that's completely different. And I wonder if that's like that moment you feel is what you should pinpoint and then pursue.
Yeah.
In order to
it's not going to be the consoles anymore. It's how you rep the games you like.
Yeah, because you said
it's going to be like what their identity is.
Because Jiikae, you said like you don't want to blame the consumer too much, but I do think like the consumer bears some of the responsibility, at least half of it.
I think I'm a bit, what's interesting, man? I think I'm a bit black pilled on this because like I get what you're saying. I agree to an extent, but I guess for me, I'm kind of at the point where I've been watching how media literacy has been changing, and how people consume content now, and the way people engage with art and all that kind of stuff now. And I'm at the point where I don't think there's a solution to the fact that people don't know what they want. Ooh. You kind of just have to like, and Nintendo has said this in a variety of ways over the years, you kind of just have to give people what they don't know they want. You know what I mean? Because for the most part, people are just living their lives. They got to go to work. They got bills to pay. They got people. So everyone isn't necessarily like sitting there really analyzing like how they consume content. They just get home and they know like, oh, I turned on this game, I didn't like it, and now I'm gonna go back to doing something else.
Just making the best decisions they can at any given individual moment.
So I think even though it's not fair, I think it's on the creatives or the creators or unfortunately the investors and anyone putting out things. It's on them to like figure it out. I hate it, but to a certain extent, I mean, even me as a creator, it's a burden that I feel like I have to bear. It's like,
absolutely. You got to put out into the world what you want to see more of.
Yeah.
Well, why don't we talk a little bit more about art and individual consumption with my next question for y'all?
Yeah.
Which is, why does video game fashion look like that?
Why is it just? Oh my God! I'm calling myself out a little bit up here, and here we go. Why is it just graphic tees?
Yeah. Okay. My alternate title: why are video game characters so hot and gamers so not?
Oh, damn.
Whoa.
That's an interesting.
That is interesting.
One of my culture shocks when I went to Japan. And I feel stupid for saying this. You can criticize me. I don't care. Is that I went there and I'm like, oh, none of y'all dress like anything that comes from here.
Wow, y'all sure do like blue, gray, and black.
Everyone wears like beige, gray, white, black, long jeans or long skirts, and that's it. And I'm like, at first I had that like, oh, I'm dumb moment because I completely judge an entire country based on the media I consume. But then I had the other moment, the aha moment, where I'm like, oh, that's why it's escapism. It's supposed to be like crazy. It's supposed to be wild because they don't have that in their daily lives.
Yeah.
I guess that kind of translates a little bit to our culture too, where like we're not going out there dressing like or cosplaying characters every single day of our lives. But I do feel like I don't even know if this is an individual thing really, where like the person just expresses themselves with how they dress, and sometimes how you dress is really just what you got on that day, and you gotta go do the groceries, you know. So.
But you know what? One thing I will say, because I dress okay, you know. I wouldn't say like I'm the most fashionable guy ever, but I'm not. I don't dress like a gamer, you know what I mean? Like TM.
Oh sure, yeah.
But what I will say is that I think more than people would like to admit, we dress for function to a certain extent.
Oh sure.
Right. So like if you're not going out much, right? Or if you don't, you're not partying, you're not going to the club, you're not doing whatever, then you're probably going to dress in a way that like is optimal for your daily life. Right. So you're like, okay, well, all I need is a shirt and pants. That's you know. And
well, let's step back a little bit. You say you don't dress like a gamer. What is a gamer dress
what is
like?
a gamer dress like? What is a gamer
that
dress
is
like?
the
I guess
actual question.
Me,
that is the actual
it's like the easy thing is like it's graphic tees. It's graphic tees. I mean, you really go to like conventions and stuff. You get a lot of like folks that are more into like the furry scene. You get which is I would say like a little bit of the like maximalist like post scene kid kind of look. You've got like brighter colors, you've got more like accessories and stuff like that, but for gamers largely it's basically just hoodies and graphic tees.
And I'm a hoodie graphic tee guy some days, you know, but if I'm trying to like put that shit on, you know what I'm saying, like if I'm trying to like really, you know, really step out, you know, it's gonna be a little something different. I might have a crew neck, you know. I might have a dog tag on. I might layer up, you know what I mean? Like I might it might, you know, it might be something a little different if I'm like really trying or
what you're saying is when you want to look good, you don't reach for the graphic tee. No.
The graphic tee is like an intentional attempt at being low effort. You know, and that's why I was saying like I think it's all function based. It's like okay, if I'm not,
I guess I'm with you there. I've lately like I don't even know what the gamer TM like aesthetic in terms of fashion is, like except for like what is trying to be sold to you now with this like. This surge of like expensive brands selling video game apparel.
I have a question about that because y'all make, or which one of you guys make the? Oh, okay, yeah. So I see some of these like expensive, like I know Kojima is releasing some kind of Death Stranding merch like every week. It seems like.
I want to bring that up. Please continue.
Yeah, but I'm wondering like. Sometimes when I see gamers wear those like expensive, because some of it looks cool, but then they'll just wear it over the basic graphic tee pants thing and not really style it in any real way. It's just like, oh, you know, I just put it on and I'm not matching. I'm not like coordinating. It's just like this expensive. So how are most people wearing that type of merch?
I guess from experience, I can tell you that it is, like we said, it's just the functionality of it. We've lately been trying to push for like more outsider apparel. I say outsider as like someone who isn't as involved in gaming. Something I've told Kyle before is that some of our designers will admit like I don't wear anything we make.
Wow.
And then, but then we have the occasional chance because they say that we're like, well, give us some input. Then what would you wear? And then like. Then there comes like the really nice long sleeves with like the side print, the big back
I know
print.
Nina pushed the Sukajan.
Yeah, Nina wanted to do a Sukajan, and like that's another thing that's like you can call it gamer fashion, but it's like on the pricier side. So I guess that kind of does create like a a barrier of entry to that kind of thing. And it always puzzles me when I see like these video game brands as like expensive fashion, because at that point, if you are buying that shit, you're not just gonna like. I think if you do just wear it over like your regular clothes, and you are kind of doing a service to it and yourself, and like you might have as well not have bought something like that. But I can tell you in my experience, like most people who, and this is from like vending at PAXs where we actually get to see our clientele in person. Most people are just like shirt and hoodie, and that's it.
Wow.
And that's fine. That's enough for them. And I mean, that's why we sell, and it sells big. It's like a lot of people just want to wear a shirt that says "cool thing I like" on it, and just make it a conversation starter. Like I'll be a little more sympathetic there. There's not all the time are we trying to like dress to the T or like be like our Sunday best, but it's the functionality like we've mentioned before. And if you have a functional shirt with a game logo on it and you like that game a lot,
like, biases aside, I will be flattering to the Fangamer because they have bespoke art for anything that they collab on.
Well, I appreciate that.
It's a lot more unique. It's a lot more stylized. 99% of the stuff out there, because of the way that just games and brands work, it's just, here's our approved stuff. Here's what you've got to work with. You can slap this logo on it, but God help you if you tilt it like any degree the wrong way. If Pikachu is even like slightly the wrong shade of yellow, like we will never get approved. We are coming for your ass.
But yeah, there's kind of an expression with the art. I'm sorry to get ahead of you there, but like,
they're good.
There's that very, very branded like Pokemon key art shirt that you can get. And most of the time, like I would never wear something like that, even though I do. There's a part of me that still likes Pokemon deep down inside. In fact, the only Pokemon shirt I own is a really cool like single print Giratina shirt, where it's like it's like a mustard yellow color, but it works so well because the single print is like just in the middle. It looks very it's like a woodblock print. It looks gorgeous. So like I
got the black milk button up Magikarp shirt, and it's mostly waves with just occasional little orange Magikarps.
Is it a fan made one?
No, it's black milk, like that's a clothing brand.
Oh, okay. Well, I was saying more like,
so they did like a whole collab basically.
Gotcha.
So.
I was thinking
Pokemon,
like,
I feel like has the buttons up that are a little bit more unique.
I have a fan gamer. I have a fan gamer sweater.
Which one?
I had Shin Megami Tensei Mothman.
Oh, let's fucking go.
No, Jiikae, for real, that is. I was gonna bring this up because that is the sweater that I get the most compliments on. And I think because people see the Mothman, they like the Mothman. The rest of the sweater just looks good.
Yeah, it's a very. I think that's usually the best type of gamer merch. It's like it's very subtle. Like even if you don't know,
then you know. Yeah.
Yeah. If you don't, but if you don't know, it still looks fire.
It's just a funny little guy.
Yeah, it still looks good. Yeah, so I wear that sweater a lot. Yeah, that's that. So I was looking that up while y'all were talking. I was like, oh, did I get that from Fangamer? Yeah, I did.
That is a Fangamer shirt. Yes.
Yeah.
I know Carrie Fry worked on it. Yeah.
I saw this in doing some research for this. I saw a statement putting out there when I was kind of looking into like people talking about gamer fashion that like. A lot of these like gaming companies are using these established brands to sort of rehabilitate it, was one of the takes I saw. And like I agree that like it feels like you get the like the Gucci bag and you put Lightning on it because Lightning's not cool enough on her own to like sell something to you.
Yeah.
You know, you get like the like
oh, I gotta see these again.
Hold on. other like high class purses and stuff, and you can put Pokemon on that. You can get the fucking the Doc Martens, or not Doc Martens, but like the Tims and the Sonic the Hedgehog collab. Like we're using those to sell Sonic the Hedgehog, not the other way around.
Oh my
Interesting.
God,
it feels like the I don't know, like we're still embarrassed.
Yeah.
We still haven't figured out how to market these things.
Yeah. I wonder how much that helps though. Oh wait, what's? Oh,
I said the lightning.
Lightning looks good though in that picture you just posted.
Lightning does. Lightning is low key a fashion. She's a fashion icon, low key. She's been in some collabs.
Okay, I am seeing a picture of her with like a button up, and she is rocking it. So.
Okay, actually, yeah, that's a good look.
This is gamer fashion. There you go.
Honestly, like kind of like a Western looking button up short sleeve with red polka dots over blue. This sort of like the collar is kind of thick black and studded, and she's got like a blue and black kerchief wrapped around her. She looks like a grunge lesbian.
I was gonna say she's looking quite sapphic.
I was gonna say Ellen DeGeneres.
That's not very nice.
What's wrong with Ellen?
You take that back.
Actually, no, Ellen, she don't come on no more, does she? She's not.
No.
She got canceled,
she got super canceled.
Oh, yeah, she did. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Wait, you did? I thought you were joking, bro.
Oh, no, I did. I forgot.
I thought you were playing.
No, I think that a very healthy thing you can be is not tapped into the goings on of Ellen DeGeneres.
Yeah, I'm gonna assume you meant like pre all that bullshit coming out. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no. So GK, earlier you brought up the Death Stranding collab, and I think that is where it works. Is like the Death Stranding clothes, like they're just jackets. And that was like a pre-established jacket company, was for the first game. And they just did a color variant with some like very subtle, just like the Mothman, like it's just text, just small text that's like bridges on the jacket. And they work with that clothing company for Death Stranding 2 to have them design a jacket that the characters wear in game. And so you can just buy that jacket, and it's a lot. It's like $1,300, but it's at least like, yeah, it's one of those, but it's like at the very least, it might not be the best quality for your money, but it's one of those brands that is like, okay, but you are actually buying quality.
Who is that for?
You're buying something that is designed to be like outerwear that should last for like, decades.
I think that's for like, I want to say that's for collectors.
Yeah, right?
Definitely.
It's a collector's kind of thing.
I'm trying to
They might wear it every now and then, but
there was another high fashion line that they call themselves high fashion, but it's not. Like collab with Capcom, and I'm trying to remember what the brand was. Shit. But they were also selling like super expensive. Kith, yeah, that one. This one was just like slapping the logo onto like a long sleeve, like key art onto a long sleeve, and then it's like $165. Which, garments can be expensive. I can tell you that, but
that's a good jacket. The one you just sent. That's a fire.
Jacket. Yeah. So
that's the Death Stranding one.
That is the acronym. Is the brand that does this one.
Oh, okay,
and it's like the jacket enthusiast's jacket.
But like, I'm gonna show you this one, and I apologize to the listener that we're doing a lot of visual stuff here, but like, I'm gonna show you this one. I want you to tell me how much do you think this costs. Like here, this is a t-shirt, a crew neck t-shirt with a hanger on it, and it has the key art for Mega Man Zero or Mega Man X4 of Zero in a silhouette with like the saber, and it just says Kith on it with like Mega Man X4.
There's a bit of information here that you're not leading on, which is the shirt that says Kith is on a hanger that reads Kith. So I'm going to say it's a brand that takes itself way too seriously and say it's minimum $45.
You can also see like the artifacting from the fucking image they use. I don't know why.
It's a badly compressed JPEG, so it's expensive.
I'm gonna say. You want to take a guess? Yeah.
I'm gonna say 60.
You're probably right.
You're warmer, yeah. 70.
No. Oh my God. You serious?
70.
Yeah, I know. My brother is kind of into fashion. He's in that fashion world.
Mm-hmm.
And Kith is one of those brands I kind of hear name dropped a lot, actually.
What's the people that do like the Grateful Dead art that are always making the ugliest tees that are like $80?
I don't know what you're talking about.
They always get collabs with like Silent Hill 2 or something like that.
Oh, really? No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah. You haven't seen this one?
No. Wait, so GK, is there like a do you catch on to like, is there a reason your brother goes for this stuff? Is there like a
is he in the drops, like the shoe head type of?
Yeah, he's kind of that kind of guy. But also, my brother is like, he's an artist himself. Like he's like, he used to work for DreamWorks and that kind of stuff. So like,
oh no shit.
Yeah. So he did like he's collabed with like fashion brands and like Louis Vuitton and that kind of stuff. So yeah, he's literally in that world. Like not only just like interested, but that's what he does like work wise. So sometimes he'll name drop certain brands or be like, oh, they're coming out, and I don't know what he's talking about. I'm like, okay, cool, man. Kith. But yeah, but he's in that hype beast, that whole thing. Yeah, that whole world.
So actually, Leah, this is a good segue to like, let's talk about like, there's like Kith, Uniqlo used to be, I feel like, a lot more like bespoke, interesting art, but in recent years they've
Uniqlo
I really don't like a lot of
I'm gonna say it right now. Uniqlo has fallen off. Like I don't care for them.
I haven't heard that name in years.
So I looked it up. It is it's Online Ceramics.
There's a reason for it.
Online Ceramics is another one of those brands that does like you buy them for the brand association. They had a collab with Silent Hill 2, and the front of the shirt, dear listener, is James looking in the mirror. Just in a rectangle in the front of the shirt, it says Silent Hill 2 Online Ceramics in small text on the corner, and the back of the shirt is the biggest, ugliest yellow font that says Silent Hill 2 Online Ceramics and just a bunch of words. It looks like one of those shampoo bottles that's got a little bit too much text on it.
I have to say, the word Online Ceramics is on this shirt at least 4 times.
1, 2, 3. Yep, 4 times.
Also, that's a quote from one of the characters right before he's going crazy. I don't know why they would use that, but okay.
So yeah, I think gaming apparel's in this weird middle ground where like it can work. Like we can have like the stuff that's like this in-universe stuff, the Death Stranding stuff. Like you could, if you wore just a baseball hat that said Bridges on it, it would look sweet. Like that would look good.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, we've got stuff like a friend of mine is in Japan right now, and he posted in a store he was like, I saw it, and it was the jacket that's just that brown leather jacket with the puffy collar that Leon wears. And like that's the Leon Kennedy jacket. Like it has that level of association because the style on that is so like, you know, just solid. You know, people like foam at the mouth of the chance to get the like Disco Elysium Kim Kitsuragi jacket. So like you can do it. You can have like gamer quote unquote fashion be something that's really like functional, really unique and really bespoke. But then beyond, like in between that, you've got like the safe nothing burger of like all these corporate brand t-shirts. And then you've got stuff that's like trying to be elevated. That's like the Kith, Online Ceramics and all that. That's just doing the collab. It's just putting their logo on the game to make the game seem cooler. And then they're charging $80 for a t-shirt.
Yeah. It is this weird middle ground. They're kind of trying to be in that fashion world, like the Kiths and I never heard of Online Ceramics, but
me neither.
Yeah, they're trying to be in that kind of fashion world, but they're still kind of doing it in kind of the, you know, the basic way. It's not really like high effort like the Death Stranding collabs and stuff like that. I don't know. It's weird. I do see sometimes though. I will say, I know we're talking about gaming specifically in terms of fashion and stuff like that, but I will say the anime fashion merch thing that's kind of going on right now is somehow a bit more interesting, I guess.
Okay,
not in terms of not in terms of what's being made, but in terms of like how that crowd wears it. Is a little slightly different from what I see. Or maybe it's just the specific people I follow, but I see a lot more people. Or, well, I will say, and this kind of goes back to what we were talking about earlier in terms of like gaming and mainstream. I feel like anime is a bit more mainstream culture right now than
now it is.
Gaming.
Yeah. I would say.
So I'll say I think you'll find more people who are kind of like how you described, outsiders who are rocking like Meg Thee Stallion. And she'll be rocking like anime merch or something like that, and you know, and then people like Meg Thee Stallion, like people who might be fans of her, see her wearing it a certain way, and then they'll wear it that way, and then you know, so so I feel like I don't know, I feel like anime is kind of going through something a little different thing, so it's kind of interesting to compare those two crowds, and
maybe something different, but also like something that games should do as well, because I think I know what you're saying now. There's a little more of influential power with anime right now than with games.
And when Mega Stallion like puts on a look, it's like, oh, I'm in Japan right now, I'm doing my photo shoot, I'm doing my JoJo look, and it's very clearly that she's cosplaying quote unquote like Jolene from Part 6. But it's like, if you didn't know, she would just look cool.
Yes, she's done that a lot. That's a good point. That's a very good point. Yeah, she's done that a good bit, where it's like this half cosplay thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's ways to do it, I think, with gaming, where it's like, I think unfortunately it's if it's going to be a piece of clothing, it's going to be a lot more like limited, a lot more specific. You know, you're not going to find it in just mass market stuff.
Yeah.
We're not going to get there that way. But like in Games Done Quick, there's someone that frequently hosts named Kung Fu Fruit Cup, and she's like loves like the Disney type of like Disney bounding stuff like that. But honestly, she rocks it really well, because when they're going to run like FF7 for the big game that day, she's wearing a navy blue sleeveless turtleneck, baggy blue pants, and a big chunky brown belt. And it's really clearly like she's dressing like Cloud, but she just looks good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And she does that with all the games, or she'll have earrings that are just like, items from the game that are going to be on. So like, I think honestly, we just need like more merch that I think is just designed more for women. I think that's really the secret.
I think you got it.
No, that's a good point.
Yeah, because no, you're right. Because like anime has more of a. I feel like anime has a little more of like a mix. It's a little more of a mixed pot than gaming.
No,
is
yeah,
right
you
now.
are one that, bro. At this point, I don't know how this is gonna come off, but if a woman is into anime today in 2026, she probably knows more about it than me at this point.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
if a woman is into anime and it's 1970, she knows more about it than you. Like, it always has been, always will be.
Dude, like honestly, the people I always ask anime questions to are women right now in my life. So yeah, that is true. That is 100% true. And I feel like I feel like some sort of caveman that's throwing up a bone to an obelisk in space. I look up and it just says women. Oh yeah. Okay. No, you're right. I think that's what gaming might need a little bit of right now, and perhaps why it's a little more. I guess I'll call it dry or like straightforward.
I mean, it's hard to look sexy and just like if everyone's wearing the same black unisex t-shirt. So exactly. I think we just need a little bit more variety. And I think unfortunately for clothes.
And hey, if people can rock it, that's fine. That's fine too.
Yeah, no. But if clothes are going to look better, they can't all fit everyone. You need to find the clothes that fit you.
Yeah.
So until then, I'm just going to start dressing like Travis Touchdown without being too obvious about it, because he wears graphic tees,
Hey, and he rocks it. Hey, Travis is a stylish dude.
So there you go.
Low key.
Well, why don't we take a quick break with a segment I call Game Ratings. I'll present a category like fighting game finishing moves, play it loud Game Boy colors, games you'd rent at a Blockbuster, and we're going to come up with something underrated, overrated, and accurately rated. Today's topic is games with hip-hop soundtracks.
Oh boy.
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
We mentioned this off recording, but this idea was based on one of Jiikae's videos, one that we both really liked. So shout out to you there.
Yeah.
Well, why don't I just start? I think Jorge, do you want to do it like we did last episode, and I'll just do my three, and then we'll move on person to person.
Oh, so we should each of us should just do their three, and instead of taking turns. Okay, sure.
I'm gonna start with my underrated. My underrated game with a hip hop soundtrack is Samurai Champloo Sidetracked, which is a PS2. I guess beat 'em up game that is a licensed Samurai Champloo game. It's not a great game, but it's pretty good. It's like it's a 7 out of 10.
It's one of them 7 out of 10
praise kind of game. Yeah. It is your standard licensed video game, so it's not doing a whole lot. It's not very long. The combat is okay. It's not that deep, but it's got some stuff going on. But you play that game, because it uses the Samurai Champloo license pretty well. And B, It's got the Nujabes soundtrack, and I think it's unique or original things for the game. It's not just the main. They didn't just do just the score
a new
for
score?
the show.
Yeah.
Oh, that rules.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
The coolest thing about it is that the combos are vinyl on our vinyl albums that you like equip, and they change the track of the level that's playing.
What?
So like it has a different tempo that you're fighting to depending on like your combat style.
Oh, that's neat. I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
It's a really cool idea. It's just not, I don't think it's executed as, it's a licensed game. It's limited. They're doing what they can, but like that concept there is so cool. I want to see that in like a bigger and better game.
I've only ever seen clips and not know what's going on. Maybe it's a
good game. You should check it out.
Yeah.
So that's my underrated. Overrated, I'm gonna say.
No, save overrated for last.
Okay, I'll save it for last.
Yeah.
Accurately rated?
Yeah.
Street Fighter Third Strike.
That is the most accurately rated.
I think that game is a game that like the most popular Street Fighter game is just going to be whatever the newest one is, like that's just what people are going to be playing.
Sure.
Two's got the legacy. I think like 4 has its fans, but like I think like the people that stick behind and remember like that era of like Alpha to Third Strike, they love that version of Street Fighter specifically. So I think it's just always going to be sort of this like prestige hit. I don't think it's ever going to like blow up or come back. Like it's just always going to have its fans. I think people will go back to that one because it's got
I fucking love
the soundtrack. It's got the sprite art. It's weirder because it's got like a different cast. But it just I think that's the one that it's the cult hit.
It's I love that game. That is my Melee, the one that I just never want to let go of. Yeah, because I used to criticize Melee fans, like, why aren't you playing the new one, dumbass? Like, and whenever I play Third Strike, I'm like, oh, I get it. this I just never did it like this again. So I tend to go back to it.
Mm-hmm. And my overrated game is, and I'm sorry to say this, but it is Bomb Rush Cyberpunk.
Oh, really?
So I think that game, for what it does a good job. I think it is a beautiful game. I think that on an individual level, I think the soundtrack is like the individual songs are extremely well produced. I think that game does try really hard to just be Jet Set, and I don't know if it's doing anything beyond that. And frankly, while I do love a lot of elements of the soundtrack, a lot of the songs are kind of more of the like lo-fi, the more like Sean Wasabi type of like soundboard style music where I just don't know if it works as much in that kind of game. I don't know if it has its own identity, and for me that made it just a little overrated. So that I don't think it's a bad game. I just think that like the game comes out and I'm like, good for you, but I was excited, and I think I've got to pass now. It wasn't doing it for me.
I have never played this one. GK, have you?
Yeah, I did. I liked Bomb Rush Cyberpunk, but I do agree with you. It is kind of just Jet Set Radio for the most part. Yeah, but what I will say though, the modding scene for that game is very cool, very interesting.
Okay.
Yeah, they have like
maybe I could give it a second chance.
They have like a whole.
I just remember being a little disappointed by it.
They have like a whole multiplayer, like almost Phantasy Star Online mod.
No shit.
Going on. Yeah, it's crazy. They are modding the heck out of that game.
So like a huge multiplayer hub and everything, like
yeah.
Oh my
God. They be in there doing turf war competitions and stuff like that.
What?
Yeah, no, it's crazy. There's whole
the game
videos on
been.
it. Yeah, bro. For the sequel, the moment I saw the trailer for the sequel, I'm like, oh, they were looking at the modding scene because they're adding like these multiplayer elements and kind of trying to make it more than just like a Jet Set Radio tribute for this second one.
And maybe that's what I'm looking for is like, what's your identity, Bomb Rush?
Yeah.
And I don't know if I can answer that.
I agree.
Well, now that I've sort of warmed up the stage for everyone, GK, do you have an idea now?
I have so my overrated. I'm gonna start with my overrated.
Fuck.
With the hip hop soundtrack.
The Band-Aid.
I'm gonna say Persona 3. And Persona 3 has, and Persona 3 doesn't necessarily have like super hip hop soundtrack, but it has this song on there, or has some songs on there, where I'm and shout outs to this guy. Hopefully he doesn't hear this, but yeah, the raps are like very not good.
And you're not well, I know it's 2, but you're not a fan of Check It Out, I'm in the House, like co-op it.
Yeah. You know, and
listen, they had one sample CD in the studio.
Yeah.
And the Sims on the beat, you know, and I'm kind of known as like jokingly a Persona 3 hater. I don't think Persona 3 is like a bad game, but it's definitely my least favorite Persona game. So that doesn't help.
Which is funny because I always felt like that was the cult hit one.
Yeah, I don't get it. I almost want to say, and you know, this is kind of my cynical side speaking, but I almost want to say that Persona 3 has that effect where, you know how sometimes if a bunch of people haven't played a game, then the people who have played the game will kind of like hype it up a little more, because it's like, oh, this is like the one that a lot of people haven't played. So like, you know, I'm gonna pretend this is like a little better than what it is. You know?
I think it's at least a fair assessment to say that like Persona 3 did become the one that people didn't play, and so it became louder because of that.
Yes, yeah. So that's my overrated one with the hip hop soundtrack. Shout outs to Lotus Juice.
Shout
outs to Lotus Juice.
And my properly rated one would be the Sonic Adventure 2. Soundtrack.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to hear you out on this one because I have opinions about that.
No, I love the Knuckles tracks on the Sonic. Yes, I do. God. Especially because like around like when I'm listening to especially like the production and the beats and everything, he's rapping over like garage beats, like on some on some UK on what's that song? Space Trip Steps. It's like a very fast paced like garage beat, and then you have the laid back on Aquatic Mind. It's like very chill, like almost like, you know, just a laid back, almost like a Tribe Called Quest vibe on like Aquatic Mind, you know. And then Pumpkin Hill's a little goofy, you know. Pumpkin Hill's like, you know,
see, I guess I'm hyper focusing on Pumpkin Hill.
But no, Pumpkin Hill's yeah. But overall, it's a very that's why I say it's properly rated. You know, it's just like, okay, I agree with the rating. You know,
I will hear you.
I will say this: like you just talked about Persona 3, and like Sonic Adventure 2 is a game where they are doing unique raps and unique tracks and things like that for it. It's nothing if not confident. Yeah, I will give it that.
Yeah. And you know, it just sounds basically the sound of Sonic Adventure 2's like rap tracks don't sound like it sounded like someone who listens to hip hop.
Okay. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. I'll let you.
No, yeah. If you focus on just the sound, like just the sound of everything, like the cadence of how he's rapping, forget about even what he's saying. Just like the vibe of everything, and replace it with other, like, pretend he's not rapping about like being on Pumpkin Hill or finding the Chaos Emeralds.
Ghost tried to approach me. You know, it got buried.
Yeah. It just sounds like, oh, okay. Whoever made this, it sounds like they listened to some hip hop. Because it was, especially around that time, it could have been really easy to make some corny. This was around 2002, 2003, some corny commercial sounding hip hop thing. Especially like how, if you look at some of the hip hop songs coming out right now, specifically on like the Street Fighter 6 soundtrack, it's very trendy, you know, trap drums and all that kind of stuff. But the Knuckles track sound like some underground hip hop stuff.
You know, okay. Like, okay, cool. I respect that because I didn't pick it, but I almost picked Sonic Adventure 2. I didn't do it for overrated because that would have been too mean, and I checked myself because you're right. It's like you can think of the lyrics in Pumpkin Hill and go, "Oh, that's bad." But if you focus on you're right. Like when you focus on the beats and the construction of the music itself, that is even back then, nothing else in games was doing that.
It wasn't. Back then especially. And then my underrated one, and I don't know if either of you have played this game. No More Heroes 3.
No More Heroes 3.
I haven't played 3 yet.
I have not.
Yeah, No More Heroes 3 has some incredible rap songs.
Really?
Yeah,
okay. Like the one that Travis sings?
Yeah. Well, no, not except that one. Except that one. But I feel like that one was meant. He did that to be like. If you know, Suda,
I know it's
if you know Suda,
if
you know Suda 51, he does like goofy stuff like that. But there's some tracks on there that are actually like real. There's this song when you go to a sushi shop, and it's just like some real chill, like experimental. Matter of fact, y'all were talking about the hip hop and Japanese games versus American games video I did, right? If you look at
that one.
if you look at the pinned comment, it's the guy who rapped on the No More Heroes 3.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, that's him. Yeah,
that was really cool.
So that. The tracks on there's a track for the sushi shop, and then there's a track and y'all can listen to it afterwards, like the for this boss fight where you kind of do this musical chairs kind of thing for a boss fight. And it's like dude, I was when the track came on, I was like, yo, what is we just playing musical chairs? Why he coming with this chill like you know? So it was like a vibe, man. Yeah, Suda is very tapped in.
No More Heroes 3 too is like I think the only people that really played that one were just kind of the sickos for No More Heroes. So it's like I've heard it's really well received. It's just a lot of people didn't really play it.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, No More Heroes. Honestly, that you can say that for a lot of Suda games or Grasshopper games.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I know you've been singing the praises for Romeo and is a Dead Man.
Yeah,
there's just too many video games out now.
Yeah, it's too many
games
out now, man. Yeah, like that's gonna be a. Yeah. So those are my three. I'm glad y'all gave me time. Yeah.
Thank you. No, I appreciate it because it makes me interested in checking it out.
Yeah.
All right, Jorge,
it's my turn.
What you got?
I'm gonna do what Jiikae did and start with overrated because I do have a lot to say about the underrated pick. It's kind of a hear me out, but overrated. I'm sorry, everybody. Parappa the Rapper.
Wow. One or two specifically?
One specifically, actually. Two is really good. Two beats.
Wow.
Two beats, one soundtrack. You heard me say it.
Wow.
I think.
You don't like In the Rain or In the Snow?
Got the funky flow? No, I don't actually. Even back then, I thought it was kind of silly. But I guess that's the thing. Like Parappa, I don't think the point of Parappa is for you to focus on lyrics. I think the point is for you to focus on like the experience as a whole, and it works that way. And I think that is the reason it wowed people so much. But like as a game, I love playing it and I love hearing it. But when I put the music on to just listen to it, I turned that shit off. I'm sorry. Like I hit skip until I hit Parappa 2, and then we're talking burgers and fries, and now I'm into it.
It does feel very Nick Jr.
Yes, exactly. That's the thing. Like I get that it's iconic and it's a wonderful game. Honestly, I don't want to give it too much shit because I do. It was one of my first PS1 games, so I love it. This is coming from a place of love. But yeah, I would never buy this soundtrack on vinyl. Is what I'm saying. And then for accurately rated, even though it is a game that a lot of people didn't play, I think Mad World should get a shout out for having a pretty cool hip hop soundtrack.
Yeah. Interesting.
Well, I know you're into Mad World and what's the other one that came out of the same studio?
Anarchy Reigns.
Anarchy Reigns.
Yeah. Anarchy Reigns is the kind of sequel to Mad World. There's recurring characters in it.
I have not played a second of that game, but I have listened to This My City at least like 4 or 5 dozen
That's one of my favorite ones.
I really like that song.
I almost put in Anarchy Reigns, but a lot of people know Anarchy Reigns. Mad World, the prequel, which kind of is a prequel. And even has like oh my god, if you listen closely to Anarchy Reigns soundtrack, there are some Mad World tracks in there. So it's like there's just like the spirit of it is carried in somehow. And I really want to replay Mad World again. Maybe that's why I brought it up.
I think you're right though. It is a pretty underrated game because like it came out and it just was like, oh, it's the gory game on the Wii, and that's kind of all people saw it as, and they moved on. But it's a good game.
I'll say this: the minute I turned on, there's like a world map. The minute I got to that part and I just heard that track, I was like, oh shit, this is gonna be fucking bananas.
Did it ever leave the Wii?
No, it's a Wii exclusive. It is a Wii exclusive to this fucking day.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and even Anarchy Reigns, you mentioned Cyberpunk, or not Cyberpunk, sorry, Bomb Rush Cyberpunk having a big mod scene, Jiikae. Anarchy Reigns right now has like private servers because they shut those down. And it's such a fun game. I do mourn like the service for that one being shut down because it's like the only battle royale game I've ever enjoyed. But shit, no, I'm talking about Mad World. Sorry. Yes, listen to the world map theme at least. It's so good. And then in Anarchy Reigns, there's a track that remixes that one, and I lost my fucking mind. It's so good. Okay, I might send you those later, Kyle, for the edit. But
okay,
yeah, just those are it. And then my underrated is kind of a hear me out, and I have a reason why.
Okay, go ahead.
Funny enough, this is the second time I'm going to mention this game on the podcast.
Okay.
Dave Mirra Freestyle BMX 2.
Okay. I am hearing you out.
Hear me out. This game.
So we're counting. Is this licensed?
Yeah.
Okay,
I should have told you that we're counting license. Yeah. If you want to give a shout out to something later, you can.
Yeah.
But the reason I picked it is because it's licensed music, and at the time, this game exposed me to music that I never would have listened to, like in high school. So like, being able to experience that it's for all intents and purposes, it's kind of a goofy game where like, you know, your dude like ragdolls out of the bike, and you're like, ha ha ha, he fell. But I'm listening to I always think of Moment of Truth by Gangstar, and I'm listening to that and going like, this sounds really good. What the shit? What is this? Because it's just like
I'm looking. I'm looking at the soundtrack, and it's Rage Against the Machine, Ozzy Osbourne, Sublime, Sum 41,
like everyone's
Cult,
on there.
Q-Tip,
yeah, that's the other one. Bugging Out, that's another good one. And so I was like 15 or 14 at the time, and I just didn't listen to hip hop at all. So this game exposed me to it, and I'm like, wait, that sounds cool. And me and my brother would just put that one on, Moment of Truth, over and over, whatever we played, just to get like the high scores and shit. And then we started like hearing like, what are they saying? What are the lyrics? And I remember like, I don't know, it's just really cool that a game can do that. It can just give you like a taste of a thing you don't know. And I appreciate it for exposing me to hip-hop.
Yeah, I mean, that was of the era of like your Wipeouts and your Tony Hawks and stuff where
Tony Hawk also
being defined by video games.
Tony Hawk also had a few I want to say like later on Tony Hawk had a few hip-hop stuff, but like or maybe
like it was like 3 onward I think had a lot more hip-hop.
Because I remember there was an exhibit one that I really liked in 3, I think. Paparazzi, I think it's called, and that was really cool. But yeah, again, stuff that I would normally not listen to, and now I'm like, this sounds cool. I want more, and yeah. So I put it in my underrated. I apologize, GK. Licensed music did count. If you want to shout out another game, I can.
I will shout out. I will only shout out one game, Saints Row 1.
Oh,
like the original?
Yeah, the original Saints Row. I don't even like Saints Row.
What's on that soundtrack?
Like that game. Yeah, but my brother played it, so I'll watch him play it back in the day. It has like Little Brother, De La Soul, Mad Villain tracks, Quasimodo. Like it has some like real obscure underground hip hop. Ghostface, Raekwon, Method Man.
So the radio station is the Chronic 92.2.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And the song, the artist on that they have Airborne Audio, 3 tracks by Aisha, Bathgate, Bisque One, Black Market Militia, Copyright De La Soul, Ken Starr, Little Brother, MED, Mad Villain, Mastakilla, Mathematics featuring Method Man, Quasimodo, Voldrel Mega, and Wordsworth. So
yeah,
that's a that's a pretty wide variety of like not mainstream.
Yeah, it's
like De La Soul, I guess, is the biggest one of that.
De La Soul will be the biggest out of there. Yeah, De La Soul is on. Yeah, and if depending on who you ask, Mad Villain. If you don't know, that's MF Doom.
Oh, I don't know.
And
okay,
that's MF Doom and Mad Lib. Yeah,
I did not know actually.
Yeah. So that's the Saints Row soundtrack. That's that. But I still wouldn't have listed that. But when you mentioned licensed, I was like, oh, that's the first one that comes to mind. It's like
right on.
Okay, I'm glad you brought it up because I also would never play Saints Row. It's just not my kind of game.
Yeah, I don't like this. Yeah. Is it Saints Row dead? By the way, it's just a slight. Is it done?
Volition's pretty much.
3 was the last one, and they just keep porting it to new consoles. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. R.I.P.
Why don't I like ending with a shout out though? So why don't we get back to the episode?
Oh, that's right. We're doing a thing.
Brainlords, video games of the mind.
Deep inside your heart, you know you can do it. You've trained hard, so you can do it. You can do anything you want to do, but you can only play the coolest games on Nintendo.
New for 2078. PlayStation 9's new electronic spores tap straight into your adrenal gland. PS9 has improved retinal scanning. A mind control system. Holographic movie surround vision. And telepathic personal music. The ultimate just got better. PlayStation 9. Teleport yours today.
Ever since I took a sip of my drink from Taco Bell and won the all-new Xbox Series X, unimaginable power is at my fingertips. It might be too much for some, but turns out I was made for this.
Calvin, why do you keep talking like that?
Like what?
Get a medium or large drink from Taco Bell and you too can enter for a chance to win the all-new Xbox Series X.
Brainlords, video games of the mind.
So I got another question for y'all, and that is, when is gaming memorabilia self-expression versus overconsumption? So this topic is a lot, but I think there's maybe two things I'd really like to cover with this. One, we've got like, when I say gaming memorabilia, like it's not just like toys or figurines or like
that is
accessories,
the first
things
thing
like
I thought
that.
of, actually, yeah.
I also mean things like the glut of retro handhelds and consoles and things like that. And then there's and on the opposite side of things, yes, like you were thinking, it's stuff like what, $600 Pokemon set or something like that.
The $650 Pokemon Lego set.
Oh, it's stuff like that. It's the drops of the video game merch that just like, surely like people are getting these because they love the games, but like, man, I don't want to spend $650. So yeah, where is that line? It's like, can you be genuine with this kind of stuff?
Man, my opinion might be pretty extreme on this.
Go for it.
I want to hear it.
In theory, yeah, you can. In practice, that's not usually what happens. Most people are just consuming. I don't know if we're including even stuff like collector's editions in this, but like I'll see people, and man, people are gonna feel like I'm calling them out. But look, do what you want to do, man. We all have our things. I'm not saying you're the worst person in the world if you do this thing, but I see the people who have they're buying all these collector's editions and like they're buying all these like amiibos and Funko Pops and all this kind of stuff. And I rarely hear about them playing games or playing the games themselves. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't know. I feel like let me say this. I feel like those things are made for those types of people. That doesn't mean that like every person that buys those things is like just consume. But I do think when you're making a collector's edition for a game, you're banking on that type of person who is just like, that's just this is my impulse to get this thing. You know, you're banking on that type of person buying it. You're not banking on me, the guy who like, I'm not a collector's edition guy, but like, if it's a game I super care about, like Xenoblade X, for example, if they drop a collector's edition, I'll be like, oh, okay, I'll get it for that. But that's not who you're targeting. You're targeting the person that's like, oh, I'm getting it for every game I get. I was like, I'm waiting for the types of people that pre-order everything, the types of people that, you know, that's who you're banking on.
Jorge can attest to this. Sorry, real quick.
Sure.
I get a lot of my collector's editions off of people that buy the game, hate the game, and resell it.
Wow.
So that is a point to GK's thought. I was actually going to ask GK, is this a thing that changed recently? Would you say that like collector's editions back then were a little more meaningful, or were they always doing that? Were they always targeting the hyper consumer?
I think they always were.
Okay,
I
you're standing your ground on that. All right.
yeah. I mean,
I differ a little bit on that.
Well, okay. What?
Well, for me at least, I don't disagree with you wholeheartedly, but I do think there is a major shift when we're talking like post-COVID, post-TikTok glorification of like, think about like your book talks and things like that, where it's like there's a group of people that is much more about showing off the consumption than it is specifically about participating in a scene, in a hobby, in a space. Like it would be naive to say that it's only been a thing since 2020, but I do think like the buying and the reselling, the drops, the hustle, like all of that has gotten a lot worse post-COVID, because I feel like just like the ways we can meaningfully interact with things are a little bit more limited, and companies have really figured out how to do a drop that makes you feel very left out if you don't get immediately on it.
You're right. You're right.
And then simultaneously, there's just, you're right. Like there are the crowds of people that are just like, man, I know you've got every amiibo, but like, I can't tell anything about you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree. I didn't even think about that, but now that you mention it, this idea of like showing your consumption has kind of kicked what I'm talking about into overdrive. So
absolutely,
while I do think it's always been a thing, I definitely think it's grown to something else now. It's grown to be like on a higher level than it even was like back when, you know, collector's editions were first a thing, you know. Yeah, you know, and the reason that I will say one more thing before the reason I'm pretty steadfast on this is that I'll see people who will be like, they'll see what the collector's edition is offering and they'll be like, this collector's edition sucks.
Oh, most of them don't even have the game in them anymore.
and they still buy it. They're like the collector's edition sucks, you know, but you know, I need the collector's edition. You know, that's just where we're at, man. I don't know.
I hear you, because like I was in that hype. I remember around PS4, Switch era. I guess I should say when I started having more disposable income, I kind of fell for that fucking hype where it was like, hey, we're re-releasing this game, but with like goodies. And you like this game, don't you? And I'm like, yeah, I do. And I want it. And there came a point where like, I had like a kind of a wake up moment where it's like, I'm trying to remember, Kyle, because we did talk about this in one episode.
It was game ratings on just collector's editions.
Yeah. And do you remember which one I said was like the overrated one? Because I can't. But like
Bayonetta?
No. No. Okay. I don't remember. But there was one time where like, this thing comes home and I'm like, why the fuck did I even buy this? Like,
it was the Sega one.
Oh, it was the Sonic with the giant Sonic with the Genesis on it. Yeah. For Sonic
it took
Mania,
up so much space.
Sonic Mania is a great game, and so I got hyped. I got fully into the hype, and so yet another game that really just came with a code, not even the physical. But like, I got so hyped into it, and I bought this fucking Sonic with the with the console. Like, he's standing on the Genesis, and it is a life-size Genesis, like a 1-to-1 scale.
Oh,
and
wow.
That thing comes home. The box is huge. I'm like, what is that? I open it. I'm like, holy shit, it's the fucking Sonic Mania Collector's Edition. And at first I'm like, oh, right, I got this. Cool. I open it. I take out the Sonic who is standing on the Genesis, put it on my coffee table. I look at him and I go, where the fuck am I going to put this?
Yeah.
And I think that was my wake-up moment where I'm like, this is the size of a Genesis, and I could have just bought a Genesis.
Yeah.
That kind of snapped me out of it, and ever since then I've been a little more like judicious about like you said, GK. Like, if there's a game I really love and impacted me in a way, and then later on the collector's edition comes out, then yeah, sure, I'll consider it. But now it's like,
I mean, that's not how they're sold to you. It's you gotta buy it now.
It's like, yeah, it's like, hey, we got this many on pre-order. You better get it now. And then you get it. You put it on your shelf. You look at it, and you sit back down on your fucking chair, and you buy another fucking thing. So it's like, what is even the point now? You're just like adding clutter to your shelves. Like, it's not. It's taking up space for like other games you could have that you like more. If you open it, it's just like paper. Like, this is another thing that I'm ranting now because I'm actually pissed off about this. Like,
well, on maybe a more positive note, like, I know you and I the other day were talking about, like, man, that Lego Game Boy, it's really cute. It feels like, I feel bad that it's like, I want to just enjoy this thing. It feels like I can't anymore because it just feels like another thing to buy.
Yeah, because
like when you actually look at the level of detail. Yeah, right. But like when you look at the detail and the care, it's pretty cute. Like, I would bet if I put it together, I would have a good time.
I would have a good ass time. But then I'm gonna put it on my shelf and I'll be like, why the fuck don't I just have a real fucking Game Boy? That's the thing. Like, okay, this thing brings me joy, but there's a thing that actually brings me joy, and I guess that's like where the disconnect is, where it's like, owning this thing gives me joy, and we've mistaken the joy of playing a video game with the ownership of it. And I think that's what happened. Yeah, I think that's like, I'm not going to name names, but I think that's what some companies have decided to capitalize on. It's the idea of ownership that becomes the marketing, not the game you're getting itself anymore.
Yeah, so our final topic, my final question for y'all is, can you be a performative gamer?
So that's kind of related to like this whole thing,
And the answer is yes.
And yeah, because like I think we're getting on this kind of this topic of like, you know, going back to what I was bringing up with like these retro handhelds and stuff. I feel like a lot of them will drop and be like, here's the new one, and then the same company or another company will just like, you know, weeks later you see some YouTuber that's reviewing the new retro handheld console, and this one's even better. It's got a brighter screen. It can play bigger and newer games, and I'm like, but like, dog, I can play Dreamcast already. Like, what more do I more do I need? Like, otherwise I'm just gonna get a Steam Deck. And so a lot of it stops feeling like this is serving like a hobby, an interest, like a group of people that like have some sort of shared connection. And it's just like, what's the next thing we can pass off to a YouTuber to review and just put more pieces of plastic out there. It doesn't feel like we're playing video games anymore. It just feels like I'm buying consoles.
And this is one of those things where, because there isn't like there is some data on this. Like, you know, there's the whole thing of, you look on people's trophy lists or their achievements on consoles, and you'll see most people don't even beat video games or that kind of thing.
I want to say, like, stats wise, a game dev is happy if you can get more than one in 5 people to beat your game. That's actually like significant.
So you know, there's the whole meme of like the Steam Deck user who posts like, hey, look, I'm playing Mario 64, and then they just take a screenshot and then they move, but they don't even actually play the game, you know, like. And look, some people
or going to the IHOP, taking your Game Boy Advance with the Pokemon Emerald, be like, just another lunch day.
It's break. Like, come on, bro. Like, be serious. You're not playing Pokemon Emerald at IHOP. Like,
like,
so I don't know, man. There is a little bit of a performance, and I had a conversation on stream about this because the word performative is kind of getting a little. People are kind of pushing it a little bit in terms of like, oh, you did a nice thing for somebody, you're performative. Oh, you're you care about this issue. Nah, you being performative. Like, no, I mean,
it sucks too because you have to be so cautious because this becomes a charged thing at like any sort of like a woman or like a minority group or anything that's like playing and enjoying these games earnestly. It gets like shot at them as though like no you don't belong here. When in reality it's just like.
Exactly. Like, so that word is kind of getting, like you said, charged, and so I do want to be careful, but I don't know, man. There is a group of people that just kind of like you also got the group of people like kind of related to the Steam Deck people who will be like, yeah, I'm gonna pirate this game because I hate this company or whatever. So I'm just.
And they also, those people that say that, they always just buy it anyways.
You know what I mean? It's like, why are you and why are you? I'm not, when I'm playing a video game, I'm not sitting there thinking about like, yeah, I'm sticking it to them. I'm trying to play the game.
Right. Yeah.
Like, I'm not trying
to sit down, just like gnashing their teeth, like, well, fuck Nintendo.
Yeah, like that. Are you even playing the game at that point? If you're doing it to prove something, no. So there's a even just saying something like that, like, hey, I'm gonna pirate your game out of spite.
Yeah, like, who gives a shit,
who
bro?
gives a shit, bro? Like,
nobody asked.
This person, they're just like, the room is dark, their face is just aglow with the screen, and they're just like, man, fuck Nintendo. In the background, all you can hear is just like, oh,
fucking DK64 on the Steam Deck.
It's like, bruh, like, y'all be serious. So be serious. I don't know, pretending like there isn't a performance going on to a certain extent is a little disingenuous, like, I think performative gaming is kind of a thing for sure.
Yeah, I think maybe the better word for it would be like inauthentic.
Yes, yeah, 1000%. Like, there's like this inauthenticity that's kind of going on right now when it comes to like, even I'll even say there's certain things that, like these graphics comparisons that people do online.
Oh my
where,
God.
Where you just like, oh, look, the lighting is slightly
the grass doesn't bend when I walk
and
over
it's like, bro,
it.
I know some people are like some people are actually hyper fixated on that kind of thing, but I want to say 90% of the people even doing those comparisons, bro, you when you're playing the game, you are not sitting there thinking about like, you're lying. You're not thinking about that, bro.
Yeah, nobody.
Yeah. You're doing the comparison for social media.
The only person who genuinely did this was the Wii U guy in Miiverse, who always posted a screenshot of the water.
That dude was doing it for the love of it, and he was doing it for. He was doing it for the love of it because we weren't in that engagement era back then. Social media wasn't really what it was. So he was doing. Water guy on Miiverse was doing it for the love of the game.
Water guy.
He was zooming in on that water because he really cared about that water, and he had a specific interest. It was just water. It wasn't. It wasn't every aspect of the video game. He only cared about the water. So
he would reach the nearest body of water in the recent game he's playing, take a screenshot, post on Miiverse. Water in this game looks really good. Period.
And that's it.
Listen, that is archival. That is like,
I wish we could preserve it.
Yeah.
Nah, he was genuine. He was genuine.
He was the real one. Yeah. We want,
and that's, and honestly, that's a real talk. That's even a little bit of performance too. But there's a good way to perform.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, you said
you're adding something though. Everyone else is taking away. Like, this guy is like bringing something forward he's adding to the space.
And we don't always want to associate performance with negativity, even though I am kind of 50-50 on this. Like, I do see like just how I guess because we were exposed to a world that is so fabricated through the lens of like social media, YouTube and Twitch and all that shit. the term performance or performative has like become shorthand for like we don't trust this person.
Yeah,
talking to
yeah.
us on the screen. So I guess that's the reason. But I'm also on the side. I hate to be like in the middle, but like I do understand why the term has become kind of like also shorthand for I don't like you, fuck you.
Yeah.
Which, you know, happens a lot when we find words that quickly express our anger. We tend to abuse them a little bit, but
Yeah. No. Yeah, I agree. Like, I don't think a performance is always like, you know, before I think even before we got to the word performative, the word before that was like virtue signaling, like, you know, and stuff like that.
it just kind of
There's
transformed
so
into
much
that,
more
right?
charged,
Like,
dude.
Yeah.
because that is kind of what people mean. Because virtue signaling just meant like I'm trying to get the attention of people through this thing I'm saying or through this thing
Yeah.
I'm exhibiting or and then that's what we call performance. But I guess performance becomes a more catch-all term, and it's a little less loaded than virtue signaling.
Yeah.
But it does have that. It does carry that bias to it. Like depending on who is saying it, they might not be genuine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So I have a related question for y'all. Kind of a sub question. Is there an inauthentic gaming experience? And do you even need to play games to be a gamer?
I like this question.
That's a good question.
Yeah. So this, what I'm thinking of with this is like, you know, does it not count if you're not like if you're playing a bad enough emulation, something like that? And are these people who are like enjoying games just as much as the average gamer, quote unquote, without even playing them? Are they not just as authentic?
I'm not sure if this is going to answer your question. Let me know if it doesn't, though, for real, because I might be answering the wrong question. But I do think there's an inauthenticness in terms of people being very dishonest about what their level of interest is. So, for example, one example that actually happened, this isn't like a hypothetical. When Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne came out on the Switch 1, it was 30 frames per second. It got announced that it was 30 frames per second. You know, certain part of social media started getting pretty upset, like, oh my gosh, you know, it's 30 frames per second. But then some people took it further and they were like, yeah, I don't know why is it 30 frames per second? On the PS2 emulator, I'm able to play it at 60 frames per second. Why can't Atlas do it? And some people had to step in and be like, you can't play it at 60 frames per second on the PS2 emulator. So you probably saw something that you basically, a lot of people were telling on themselves and self-reporting that they actually can't tell the difference between 60 frames and 30 frames per second. But there's this pressure online to say that, oh, if you don't care about those differences, then you're not a real gamer. Or if you don't care about those differences, you're just accepting slop. You have low standards. You just accept anything or whatever. When it's like, really, no, you can't tell the difference. You don't. But I think when some people feel that pressure of like, oh, if I don't express that I see the difference, I'm hurting gaming. Or like I'm not like a real gamer, so I at least have to pretend that I can see the difference, because otherwise I'm doing harm to the medium.
Otherwise you're the
or
problem.
like I don't belong here.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. There's like a weird a fear of being like seen, looked down upon.
Yes, you know.
Yeah. Because my ethos is always like, smoke them how you got them. Like, I don't care if the pixels look bad. Like, you know, I don't care if it's squashed a little bit funky. I don't care if the frame rate's off. Like, if you are engaging with the art, like that's all that matters. But I do want people to have access to that stuff, to be able to enjoy it. Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't think that we can easily, the way that games are presented as a very just entertainment consumable product. Like, you can't just go to a library, rent a N64 and play it on original hardware, and the steps to do that are a lot more than is reasonable to ask for the average person. So I want there to be like videos about games that explain why, you know, the frame rate is a certain way or why the graphics look a certain way, so that people can know that it's bullshit when people are like engagement farming about like the like explosive fruits that are or aren't available in the newest Call of Duty game. Because they understand more about how it's made. But like, I want them to have that access, but at the same time, like, man, if you're playing games, like, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
If you just are earnestly engaging with it, I don't care what the pixels look like.
If you're in the enthusiast space specifically, there's kind of this pressure to say the thing that makes you not look like, I guess, a casual, or look like you're not as into it as you claim to be, or whatever, you know.
I always call it I call that thing, that issue or problem, the password. I've seen this happen a lot ever since I started using Reddit more. I've seen this happen so much, especially on Reddit, where like everybody who gets into a thing has to say the code word. Like if you're a new Earthbound fan,
like you got to prove that you're part of the in-group.
If you're new to Earthbound, you go into the Reddit and you say, "Hey guys, when is Nintendo gonna release Mother 3?" Like that's it's the code word. You're one of us.
I get
the call and response.
And if I ever had to say anything is performative, it is that. Because it's in line with what you were saying earlier, Jiikae, about like you come in and you have to say the thing that'll make you appear to be like the most enthusiastic, or like you're in the know. And in the case of SMT3, it was like, well, 30 FPS bad, and port bad, therefore, and Atlas bad, and it's like, we should get better, and if you're settling for this, it's bad. And so it kind of incentivizes people to either go hard on both sides, like you're gonna have people defending the fuck out of like SMT3 on like the port remaster, and then you're gonna have people on the other side being like, no, fuck this shit, go pirate it. You know what I mean? Like we were talking about that earlier.
I do hate when like the people make me defensive of something like a bad port, where it's like, yeah, really, like Konami could have done a lot better of a job with like that Metal Gear collection, all sorts of things like that. Like, yeah, a lot of these ports are not good ports, and I hate that like people are being charged like full price for this sort of thing, but I'm not about to like be on the side of someone that's barking about frame rates.
So there is an inauthenticity that I think happens a lot. You know, I know sometimes I had a conversation with somebody recently, because I don't know if y'all heard of the term ball and gun gamer. Have y'all heard of that term?
No, never.
Don't think so.
Yeah, so it's kind of this term that's been going around recently about like the ball and gun gamer who, and I'm gonna get hyper specific about how I'm gonna be generous about how people are using it, but I don't think this is how everyone's using it. But the ball and gun gamer is someone who they'll complain about like, man, video games suck, but they only play like NBA 2K, Call of Duty, Fortnite. You know, so right, yeah,
I see.
So,
but they're always like, they don't make.
Yes, exactly, yeah. Now, and people call those people ball and gun gamers. Now, that's my generous, like definition that I'm giving. But I think how a lot of people use is like anybody who just plays normie games is a ball and gun gamer. Like that. That's how I see a lot of people use it. But that's me not being generous. But I've kind of came out and said like, I don't care if someone only plays Call of Duty and NBA 2K. To me, that person is the same as somebody who only plays Genshin Impact. But no one's gonna call the Genshin Impact guy closed-minded, because Genshin Impact has this that's for weirdos, like that's for people who are more into niche things, because it has an anime art style and it's not made in America, you know what I mean? Also, I guess depending on what side of the aisle you're on in terms of the type of game you play, like you can kind of appear a certain way or present yourself in a certain way, even if you aren't necessarily like even though a Genshin Impact person might only play Genshin Impact, if you call that person a casual, it would look weird.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's like, oh, you're a casual gamer, but because you only play one game, just like the Call of Duty guy only plays one game, but the Call of Duty guy is the one that's going to be called the casual, you know? So
even though,
I don't know. It's just I don't know. I don't even know where I was going with that point, but
I'll ask some questions. Sure. Like, so is this like, do you feel that the use of the ball and gun like label on a person is
There.
more of like an exclusionary function where it's like, you're not part of the group, you're a normie?
Yes.
Okay.
Hold on real quick. Yeah. I don't know, man. Yeah, it does feel like it's just kind of an exclusionary thing.
Yeah. To take a step back, like I think kind of my takeaway here is that like the coolest thing you can do, the most genuine thing you can be, is just like figure out what you're into, like find the character you like in a video game and like figure out why their style resonates with you and dress like them. Like find like the artists and stuff that reach out to you in these games and like learn more about them. Like play the games however you like. If all you do is play Zenless Zone Zero, like I'm not about to like sign up and play with you, but I want to hear about why it's interesting. So it's not going to be the corporations or the drops that define like your identity as a person. It's just going to be like,
that's not gaming.
GK said it best earlier. The important thing is, are you playing the game or not? When you brought up collector's editions, like are you playing the game? And if you're not, then there is kind of a performance to it. And I guess like that's the dangers of the aesthetic, is when we focus too much on like the superficial elements and aspects of something we brought up in the very, very early in the episode, where it's like all these companies saw the thing that works and it's just like the surface level aspects of it. And so we adhere to those because they're immediate and apparent, but truly you can only engage with things on a personal and deep level. And that's, that goes for fashion, for collection, even for performance, because we both, or all three of us, agree like performance is not necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah, it's not necessarily.
Yeah, that's my takeaway.
Yeah. One last thing I'll say on this, as someone who creates things, whether it be like videos or music, or I guess I can even say like graphic design, like aesthetic and identity arise out of actual material conditions. You know what I mean? So what I mean by that is like how you live your life, or your culture, or your interests, or your day-to-day activities. That is what creates genuine aesthetic and genuine identity. But I think the issue is that people try to work in reverse, and they try to make they try to find the aesthetic and the identity before they get to like the thing that aesthetic is supposed to represent. You know what I mean? So I think it's really important that people understand that you will develop an aesthetic and an identity based on just how you're moving and how you're navigating your life, or how you're navigating your interest and how you're navigating your hobby. You won't have to try. You won't have to force it. Most of my videos, they didn't come from me sitting there thinking about like, oh man, like, what's gonna work for the algorithm? Like, what's gonna be the best video that like,
you cannot get caught up on that.
What's the video? No, I would just be living my life, playing the games I like, listening to the music I love, and then randomly I'll be like, yo, hold on, I have an observation about this thing that I'm playing, or I have an observation about this thing that I'm seeing or that I'm listening to. That will make a great video. And then that's usually when my best, or vast majority of the time, that's when my best ideas come, is when I'm just naturally living my life. And then those things the things I create, or the aesthetic that I present, arises out of like just me naturally living my life, So yeah.
I feel the same way as an artist too. Most of the time, chasing trends has led me to disappointment, and to even worse, losing my identity. So that kind of does translate to how you engage with art as well. It has to be a thing that happens naturally, that comes from within, intrinsic.
how you live your life, how you navigate your interests, how you navigate like the things that you love, that will naturally create your aesthetic and your identity.
Well, we talk about the same thing here all the time on Brainlords, where like the best games, the best art, the best experiences are going to come for people that like have a diversity of like of life experiences, of creative interests, of like intellectual curiosity, that go out and bring that back to the things that they like.
Yeah, there you go.
You know? But that means you're not going to get every drop. You're not going to like you can't consume and buy everything. It's got to be a little bit more like not for everyone. It's going to have to be yours. And that means that,
1000%.
You might not be able to fit in as easily just because you got to define your own style.
Figuring out whether or not we should please other people or satisfy ourselves internally, fulfill ourselves, I should say, internally, spiritually and emotionally with our art. There's the problem with like the big issue I have with it, if we're going to bring up the word again, performance is that, like Jiikae, you were saying earlier, the internet and the social media in particular has conditioned us to participate in a larger group of people than we're used to. And so we have to present like the best version of ourselves at all times. And that's not necessarily accurate. Yeah. Like almost a two-dimensional version of yourself. And
or like a more hyperbolic or a
translates into how you engage with things and how you express yourself. So in games, it becomes that performance where it's like, yeah, I play video games and I buy the video games and I have so many video games. And then before you know, you're not talking about your intimate experience with the video game or with the art. You're not talking about like how it impacted you, how it made you think of things differently, maybe. And then also more importantly, like being like playing games is good, and this is what we're about here in the fucking podcast, but like also being able to have experiences outside of gaming is also very nurturing for artists too. You can't always like just derive everything you express based on like what you consume. It also has to be based on what you experience. So I really like
and it helps you understand the games better, I feel. You know,
having that like perspective like gives you new ways to examine
you will
things,
like games better if you've done more things. I mean, if you allow me to be a little vulnerable here, like I think it's easy to like not have confidence in your identity because like when you see like other people being like maybe more established, more interested in stuff like that, you wonder like if you have like if you will fit in. Like oftentimes I wonder like even if I'm going to belong to something like the Question Zone.
Oh my god,
that
you got
was good.
me.
That was good.
Welcome to the Question Zone. Get ready. Kyle, you can't start you can't start something and say you're gonna be vulnerable, and then just curveball me. All right, did I do it right? Welcome to the Question Zone. Get ready again.
No, it's cool.
Yes, we've solicited a number of questions. You can contact us at brainlordspod@gmail.com.
Sorry, Kyle.
I didn't, because I have to edit the episode. Our first inquiry is from, I tried to put in the B-movie script, but Google told me no.
They told them no.
Who told me no? Who says, do you think consoles have tried to go too aesthetic in a way that actually hurts the design and implementation of it within a home? Why do you think gamer fashion is so anchored to t-shirts? Is it a production cost thing or something else? Why don't we see more pants or skirts or scarves, for example?
I can answer the last one.
Two-part question, I guess. The first one I actually think is really interesting because I remember when the PS5 came out and like IKEA had like boxes in a vague shape of a PS5 so you could figure out how that thing would even fit on there.
Bro, fuck that PS5 design though.
It's bold, but I do not like it. I can't put it in my house.
Looks like a fucking,
but yeah,
like a fucking fan, like one of them electric fans. Oh, they're all electric. What am I saying? Go on.
No, I get you though. Like it does look like it's supposed to like swivel and blow air on me or something.
Yeah, it looks like a space.
But whereas like my Switch is like obviously it's a different machine, but like I have it in the dock. I have a little custom sticker on the dock. It's just nice. But
and then the Xbox Series S is just a fucking fridge.
Yeah.
What's
funny too is that like it's such a fine line because when everyone saw the Steam box prototype thing, they're like, ooh, I like that. I can put a sticker on that. Yeah, it's like, why is one box good and one box bad?
Because one box has wood finish.
Yeah, I mean,
fucking bullshit.
I don't know. I'm like, I think probably, unfortunately, the stuff that we're deriding now will just become charming in like 10 years time. The same way that people were like making fun of the Nintendo Lunch Cube.
Yeah, we're gonna have that. That is usually what you have nostalgia for, is the dumb fucking shit.
Unfortunately, like the answer to your question is like, I think you're gonna end up liking that in a little while. But yeah, I do agree. I do kind of hate the shape of the PS5 a lot.
I wonder why.
And as for gamer fashion, t-shirts.
Yeah. Why is it t-shirts and not something else?
It's not really production cost. It's more just like that is what sells. There's a culture of graphic tees and game fashion.
Yeah, no one wants to take risks. If you make a cool dress, like that means a lot of people aren't gonna want to buy that dress.
We did kind of like touch on it a little bit. Like the gamer space is predominantly male, and
it's still predominantly male. Yeah,
most dudes are just gonna wear a shirt.
Yeah, and I know some people try to bring up certain demographics of gamer, but I think when we say gamers are predominantly male, we mean gamer TM are predominantly
gamer TM.
male.
Yeah, the branded
enfranchised enthusiast gamers,
are
people who are being marketed to.
Yes, we can get. I don't want to get split hairs over the def. I think people know what we mean when we say gamer. Like I don't like when people do that. They're like, no, it's 50-50. It's like, come on, man, be serious.
And like you want to if you want to find like fashion that kind of goes outside of that targeted demographic, most of the time you're gonna find it through like independent shops.
It's gonna be someone doing a bespoke run for some cool scarf that they made. It's like their favorite thing.
Fangamer
that's all
scarves.
they sell.
Fangamer makes scarves. Just letting you know. Okay. All right.
Don't make me punish you with the Tenna
sponsored thing. Okay, I did it for you.
Anyways, let's move on to our next question. Jorge, do you want to read this one?
Yeah, sure. Rattan Hate asks, why do game I'm brain rotted. Why do games where the characters are fly as hell have really ass looking merch? Kyo looks like that. Kyo looks like that, but the best you can do is a 3D render on top of a hand brush font of that character's name.
I think unfortunately it's because the people who are out there designing these characters are not they're not on the marketing team, and even if they are, they don't get like the people that are moving the numbers on these things are not the ones that are like actually like that have the style, that have a say.
What are we talking about here? Kyo like Kusanagi from
King of Fighters?
Yeah. Man, King of Fighters characters are so stylish.
I know.
Mm-hmm. My goodness.
They've always looked good too. Some of them are very timeless.
But yeah, like we talked about like the brand style guides and how that's just gonna kill everything in terms of speed, of like being able to be trendy, of like having anything that's unique or bespoke. And like, man, it's just like I wish the people that were designing like every Capcom, like Namco, Konami character circa like 2003 was able to like stop what they were doing and like design a merch line or something like that. I think we'd all look a lot better if we did.
Hey, you know what's cool? I'm seeing some Kyo shirt designs that are just like the cross from his like more modern design, and that's kind of neat. It's like he's in some games he has like a white jacket over like a big long sleeve shirt with like a white cross on it. And it's like, yeah, just give me that. That's a very if you know, you know.
Yeah, honestly, like I hate to go back to this again, but like, I think if you just start dressing like him, like you don't need KOF to tell you how to look good as Kyo.
Well, yeah, 1000%.
Wear the clean white shoes, the cut black pants.
Listen,
button up top.
I am never ever gonna say this again. These words: do what the Disney adults do, and just do the thing where they do with it, like kind of proxy cosplay a character. They don't actually cosplay a character because that's not allowed to do at the parks. You can do that in real life. And if you do a video game character, chances are most people won't know what you're doing, and you're still gonna look good. So
yeah, if you get like a leather jacket with just like his symbol on the back, you will be the just get a leather jacket and find someone who can embroider it, and you'll be the coolest motherfucker in the room.
Yep.
All right.
And you'll be the only person with the Kyo jacket. So that's what you got to do. I'm sorry, Radhan hate, but like you gotta be the change you want to see in the world.
That's what we said earlier. Yeah.
Or you got to hook me up with a Kyo jacket. So please, when you find that out, let me know.
All right.
Our final question is from I Break for Hot Monsters, which I agree. Do you think the overconsumption of gamer memorabilia is tied to the shitification of the world and rising costs of living?
You had me at the first part.
I don't know.
The thing is, I think that like there is like a phenomenon where people do buy like more. I don't have the nuance.
I know what
they buy more like trivial or smaller or like.
I get what the question is.
These more consumable things when there's like a recession going on.
I guess that is what it is. It's I'm not trying to say this like derisively. It's a form of coping, like with what's going on, I guess. And I'm assuming that's what the question is actually asking.
Yeah, I think you can't buy a house, so the next best thing is I can buy this collector's edition.
I can't buy RAM, so you know what? Fuck it. I am gonna buy the like ugly ass Pikachu Lego.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So yeah, I think true. Yes. Sure. It probably is. There's a lot of retail therapy is what people call it. Yeah. Where you kind of nurse the wound with just the only thing you can do, which is buy and consume and express yourself that way instead of making art, which it's not easy for everybody. So I see.
Yeah.
What the question is.
I gotta say though, maybe to be put a little bit more of a positive spin on that, I think the thing that like fixes my brain when I feel that way is like going to a good artist, like a well curated artist alley, and then seeing the cool shit that people are putting together because they have no one not telling them no, and just being what, like, boom, like I'm giving you like groceries for the week because this stuff is awesome. So like. Even if I do engage in some retail therapy that way, like I'm at least like looking another human being in the eye. So,
no, I get it. So, it's rough out there. Sometimes
that's all I got, man.
Sometimes $20 spent on the right thing will cheer you up for like.
And maybe that's the lesson is like let's just be more targeted with it.
I guess like, for me it's just like man, just give me a good like burrito. That makes me happy. Like, that'll make me forget the enshittification for like 15 minutes.
Well, finally, I would like to end with a trip to the rec room where we recommend something inside and outside the world of gaming. So, gentlemen, do you have anything you'd like to recommend?
Mine's gonna be
go on.
So you go first. No, you go first.
Okay. I recommend outside of gaming. I will recommend. Okay. Oh, I will recommend the Rochelle Jordan album. The Rochelle Jordan album called Through the Wall.
Okay.
That was my favorite album of 2025, and I think more people should listen to it. Rochelle Jordan, Through the Wall. If you like electronic music, if you like soulful singing, if you like house music, garage, that kind of thing, that album is great. Yeah. And in gaming, what would I suggest? I guess I would suggest, because I'm playing Romeo is a Dead Man right now, I would suggest that. I would recommend that.
Perfect.
The game is only $50, by the way.
So bad.
It's only $50.
What words to say right now? Only $50.
Wait, is it 50 or 60? Hold on. Make sure.
Please don't do this to me.
It's not 70. I'll tell you that. It is.
It's been 70.
It's 50. Yeah, Romeo is Dead Man. It's $50. Yeah.
Okay, for a new game.
I love everything I've seen on that game where it's just like menu maximalism. Like there's just so much going on every time you hit pause.
Yeah. It's a very stylish game. It's not boring. I'll tell you that. And you might be, some people might say it's like a, I saw Suda, he posted the accolades thing that people do. It got a bunch of mixed reviews, and he posted the bad reviews too on the little like accolades thing. It was like, it was like 5 out of 10, 2 out of 10, 8 out of 10. It's like, okay, I see what you're doing. Yeah,
that's how listen, it might be like the best thing ever.
Yeah,
that's what got me excited for the game, was like a sheet of reviews that was like 9988997 I'm like, that means it's good.
Yeah. So Romeo is dead, man, and Rochelle Jordan through the wall.
Thank you, man.
Wonderful.
Perfect.
Jorge, you got any recs?
Yeah, for games, I was recently playing Mainframes. It's a little platformer where you are a little disc guy. I don't know how to describe. In fact, this game is a little difficult to describe. Imagine if like your little character, you're playing a platformer, you're a little scrimblow, and it's 2D, but like the you're jumping on like windows on your computer screen. And like,
yeah,
at certain moments you can like move those windows around to like influence, the layout of the stage in case like you're having trouble with a certain part. The game encourages problem solving, even if you think there's a straightforward way to do something. If it's too hard, it's likely because there's like a better way to do it. And the game encourages you to be clever, sometimes annoyingly so, with a character that pops up to interrupt you and be like, hey, did you know there's an easier way to solve this problem? I'm like, shut up, let me fucking figure it out. And
I see, but yeah, it's like it's a platformer that takes place on your like a fake desktop.
Yeah, and the whole thing is you're kind of POV, like looking at a computer screen, so it's pretty. It works well as a desktop game.
This is cute.
It is cute, and I've been enjoying it. And then for non-game, allow me to be vulnerable, and this time I mean it. Unlike some people,
wow.
I think I recommend that everyone please look out for yourselves in terms of your health.
Yeah.
Please take care of yourselves. There's nothing more important to me now that I'm hitting my 40s, man, than your good health. Like, holy shit. I cannot stress this enough. Please get yourself checked. Please make yourself healthy. Please eat good. Please sleep well. You don't know how that shit's going to bite you in the ass later. Take care of yourselves. This is my weirdest non-game recommendation, but I've been feeling a certain kind of way lately in terms of health and health issues. So I'm just going to express that real quick here.
We here at Brainlords recommend, and I mean this sincerely, go get a prostate exam.
Oh boy. And then I think soon I'm going to have to start doing colon tests too.
No, I mean, genuinely.
I am genetically predisposed. So yeah. There you go. So
I was about to make a we're serious right now, but
we're serious.
I was gonna make
no, go for it.
no, because after you ended that, I was gonna say, okay, so is that on Netflix or Hulu?
That's on.
It's on Ploob. It's on.
No. Listen, it's on this app called IRL. I recommend it.
Okay, gotcha.
It's also on the Roku channel. I don't know.
Oh yeah, if you still have your Roku, it's on there too.
No, but I agree though. I'm somebody who I get checked up every year now.
Oh yeah.
I
didn't start doing that until recently, man.
Yeah, no, I take that stuff super seriously because I've seen. Well, actually, I'm not gonna be, because they're collecting our data these days.
Yeah, we don't want a TMI
or specific. Yeah, but I had a scare a couple years back when I was in LA, and that kind of like changed my whole mentality on this. Like, bruh, I was trying to think about what would happen if this happened. So now after that scare, I was like, yeah, I don't ever want to be unsure about what I'm going to say to people or how I'm gonna live my life if I have this thing. I'm never I don't want to ever be unsure about that again. So after that scare, I just
fucks with you
started
like that.
getting checked up.
Yeah.
So yeah.
There you go. I appreciate it.
Especially these days when like more is being asked of us and we're dealing with so much that like, listen, you're going to be so much more effective if you got like 7-8 hours of sleep in you.
Dude, I'm
than you are being like
I'm like
on 5 hours in doom scrolling.
I used to be a 4-hour motherfucker, 4-hour night sleep, and not anymore. I am like cutting that shit at a certain time. Make sure I get at least 7. I have not been. I only just now started doing that because I'm like, shit. I gotta be in my best position right now.
Yeah,
but yeah.
No, I appreciate, like, I jest in being fake vulnerable, but like I appreciate you bringing that up.
All right.
But let me do some recs real quick. Outside of gaming, there's a podcast I'd like to recommend called Pew Pew Bang.
No.
I know there's other ones out there. It's wild. And this one it's a gaming related one, but it's a cast of all women and femmes, and it's just cool to like, you know, some of it is like a long gab session of like, oh, like let's talk about dress up games, or like let's one of the episode topics they had is why does video game merch look so bad, and that got me thinking about a lot of these topics. Okay. They offer a fun, you know, casual, unique perspective on this, and I think like it's too easy to listen to like the same like handful of podcasts that's just gamer news, and you know, just branch out a little bit and listen to like people that you don't normally listen to. So Pew Pew Bang is what that one's called. But gaming wise, I would like to recommend, I finally had time to sit down with Cairn. That's CAIRN.
Cairn.
And that's the new indie hotness that ain't Mugenics. It is a climbing game. You play a woman named Ava, who is kind of a like hot up and coming rock climber in this sort of like futuristic, semi-futuristic world. And there's a big notorious mountain called Kami that has never been like climbed unassisted by like a single person. So you're seeking out to do this, and you're learning more about your backstory as you're doing it. You're like, you've got this little like robot that climbs up along with you.
That's some old school indie game shit.
Yeah, it turns the mountain is a metaphor, it turns out. But your little climbing robot will come with you, and like you'll have all these moments where like there's like a little beep of red, and you'll be like mid mountain where it's like if you like you're shaking, if you do like a slip up for like too many seconds of the wrong move, you will fall to your death. And like the robot's blinking, and your character's just like play the message. And you'll get a phone call from like, hey, just so you know, your sponsors have been calling me, and well, you really need to be taking pictures of the thing that we're sponsoring you for. So, and it's just like you just like learn so much inside of this person based off like the messages she's receiving, and like how she sees other people like also climbing the mountain, or even like you'll stumble upon like corpses and things of people who fell and stuff like that. And it's just like, it's a beautiful game. It kind of has like a bit of a like Mobius look to the art style. The character design is amazing. You know, the music is sweeping and orchestral and beautiful, and like you get lots of big, beautiful visages of like mountain ranges and stuff. But I think I've just been really into climbing games lately because it's like a non-stats based progression where I really feel a sense of like mechanical mastery for something. Like it's asking me to learn how to climb, but then at the end of the day, like I can see like, oh, I made it X amount further, so like I am like making progress. And when time has been a bit of a premium lately, that feels really good.
Okay, yeah.
So just I would not be surprised if maybe later I start to feel like this could be like a GOTY contender. So we'll see.
Interesting. Okay.
So early in the year.
We'll see. I don't know. It seems like it's like there's other climbing games that are not doing like half of the things this game is doing. So I want to like the amount of freedom and trust it has in you is actually pretty surprisingly high. So, which is maybe a bit too high because I keep falling to my death because I keep forgetting to use Pythons. Right. God, the voice acting in the game is fucking terrifying too, because when you get on a grip that's like not good, your character is like audibly like
oh jeez. No, I can't play terrible. That shit. God, you can't do that to me.
I don't know what it is about games that like just give me the fake version of stress that just like I'm drawn to.
I have the real version of stress. I don't need the fake one.
I don't. It's like people in horror movies.
I'm sourcing it, baby, right here.
I guess I don't know. The fake version of it makes it so much more like, oh, that's fun. It's like I can control that. I don't know what it is.
Okay. And your non-game recommendation.
I did that. It was PP.
Oh yeah. Oh shit, dude. I'm sorry. You did say that.
You're good. Well, you're good. You're good. Well, this has been Brainlords, the podcast that would like you to stop playing with that radio, y'all. We're trying to get some sleep. You can find us on social media at Brainlords Pod. And if you've made it this far, please help us grow. 5-star ratings, word of mouth, whatever. Look people in the eye and tell them, please. If you tell them you love them, and also listen to Brainlords.
Yeah.
You can find me on social media as QMonsterProps or on my website, QMonsterProps.com. Jorge, where can they find you?
You can find me in the collector's edition for Bayonetta 3 inside the empty cases that it comes with for your Switch games. I can't talk about game collector's editions that just give you clutter. Anyway, I am on all shitty social media places and artofjmv.com. I think is my I cannot believe I don't remember my own fucking website. That's how long ago I haven't updated it. But yeah, Art of JMV or J-Man Velas on social media. You can look me up on Fangamer. If you go under collections, check JMV. You can see all the stuff I worked on there. And also, please support the YouTube channel for the podcast. I always plug it because I am the one managing it, and it's probably one of the coolest things I've been working on lately. Please check it out. I promise. If it's not out by the time you're listening to this, the Brainlord playthrough is coming soon. Please wait for that. But yes, also please, Jiikae, sound us off.
Yeah, tell us about your most recent Utada Hikaru video and your Etsy shop with your console mods to plug your stuff.
Yeah, so you can find me at twitter.com/GK, youtube.com/GK, more importantly, JIIKAE. I just put out a new video called Utada Hikaru is More Than Kingdom Hearts. It's kind of an analysis of her attempt at crossing over, or her crossing over into the American market, and her relationship with people who are just fans of her from the Kingdom Hearts soundtrack, and how that kind of dynamic can impact how artists navigate their career and that kind of thing. So
it was wild to see how much you knew about her. I could tell you went down a rabbit hole. Speaking of,
what's interesting, funny enough, I like I said, I had friends who were big fans of her. So a lot of this stuff was like me following her since 2005, but I want to say since 2011, 2010 is when I was like, okay, I'm keeping up with Utada now,
Yeah.
But then a lot of this was me going down the rabbit hole, like you said, of like doing that research for the video. I mean, like, oh, okay, there's even more here than I even knew. So yeah, it is kind of like a career analysis, but also just like just a general analysis of like music and how foreign artists and people who are known for one thing, how they navigate that, so it's the video's doing really well. I told people or something I've been saying, like kind of behind the scenes to my audience, is that this year I'm kind of trying to shoot for more I want to say ambitious, like bigger videos like that, like
long form video and stuff.
Yeah, well, I've been doing long form video, but I guess the topics are going to be a bit more I don't know. The only word I can think of is like ambitious, just bigger cultural topics, that are related.
Stuff that requires maybe a bit more research.
A bit more research, a bit, they're gaming related, but they kind of speak about like these broader ideas that can kind of transcend gaming. So similar to like the Tekken video, I want to say is like when I kind of decided like, okay, like this idea of like how gaming and like the broader culture like interact, like that kind of interests me a lot, and it kind of speaks to who I am as a person too, and how I engage with gaming. So those are going to be the topics that like I kind of push more for, like, or lean more into moving forward. So yeah.
Yeah, no, that's my recommendation is your video, How Atlanta Became the Home of Tekken in America.
That was one of the first videos I've seen of yours.
Yeah. So stuff like that was kind of like going to be big for me in terms of what I focus on moving forward. Like, so how gaming and culture in general are related to each other and how those things like interact.
Thank you so much for bringing your expertise on this. Like we really wanted this topic to be something that you would flourish in. I hope you felt like you had a lot to say.
No, yeah, you guys are. I've done. I want to say before we sound, because I know it's getting late, but I want to say, man, I've done a good amount of podcasts, or not a good amount. I've maybe done 4 or 5, but
that's pretty good.
Yeah, it is a good. I say that's a good amount. But yeah, no, this is probably the best one I've done. You guys like,
stop.
Yeah, no, I'm being serious, man. If it wasn't, I could have just. It's 1 a.m. right now. I could have just been like, all right, y'all, peace. Yeah, but I do want to know seriously. Yeah, like you guys actually know how to articulate yourself and talk, you know what I mean? Some people just get on and they expect me, they don't give me anything to work with. So no, it is. I actually enjoyed talking to you guys, so
well, like me versus water, we were in it for the love of the game.
Yeah, no,
but also we brought you in because we both understand that you are the same kind of person that you can like.
Yeah,
really, you know how to express yourself. All your opinions are not just opinions; these are things that you've.
Oh yeah, we can tell.
Things that you really profoundly think about these things, and they mean. You say what you mean, and you mean what you say. You're not just like
Jorge just likes your hot takes on Twitter.
I mean, that's actually how I found you in the beginning. Was like on Twitter. I was feeling kind of alone when everyone was hyping the shit out of fucking Tears of the Kingdom, and I just needed somebody that like. Was a little more nuanced about it. And I think you had a few tweets that I was like, oh, I like what this guy has to say. So
yeah. Okay.
Damn, but yeah. And we listen. Best of luck in your future ambitions. Jiikae, thank you so much again for spending time with us. I know it's late, but we really appreciate it.
Man, thank you, man. This was worth it. This was worth it, man. Thank y'all, man.
All right, well, questions, comments, and inquiries can go to brainlordspod@gmail.com, and you can find us on YouTube and all other places where podcasts are born. We have been your Brainlords for this evening, reminding you that context beats content every single time.
And throw away all the stupid collector's editions. There you go.
Yeah, throw them away, preferably around me. So
yeah, throw them away. All right, see ya.
Bye. Next week on Brainlords, there sure are a lot of games with furry mascots in them. Sonic, Bugsy, Gex, Croc, Spyro, Crash, Star Fox, Awesome Possum, Rocky Rodent, Titus the Fox, Punky Skunk, and Arrow the Acrobat. Are these designs just niche weirdos for a fandom subculture, or is this just how humans have been telling stories since the creation of folklore? Returning guest Oceanity helps us put the anthro in anthropology with furry games are fur everyone. Wait, is it fur or for? Oh, it's a pun, I getcha.